Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And thank you for joining us on The Professionals, April 4th, 2022. This is our third program of the year. This is where we spend time talking about the real big stories of the week. And we spent extra time as opposed to what we normally do on our Saturday program where we talk about everything that happened during the week. On this one, we spend time where we hit three, four, maybe five stories at most. And if at any time you're ever looking to join us to talk about sports, you can always come over and join us. You want to be a pundit, prognosticator, however, you're always more than welcome. This is the Professionals West Coast Edition. I am Roger, the scorekeeper Noriega. Doesn't it annoy you when they do that stuff? But it annoys me, and yet I still continue to do it. Thank you for joining us, everyone who is watching us live. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. We'd love to know who is sharing the misery with us. But thank you, of course, once again. So, as I say, we spend some time really going over the major stories right now, and we've got quite a few stories that we're probably going to be looking at. We may not get all of them, but we're looking at, of course, the controversy with Dan Schneider of the Washington football team. Of course, baseball players are suspended. They were suspended prior to the contract expiring, but they tested positive while they were locked out. So just now we are getting the story on it. Of course, Trevor Bauer was back in court today, suffered a setback. We may get to that. Deshaun Watson, it's maybe a little bit old now, but we want to talk about the issue, especially the rumors going on with Baker Mayfield on how he has been offered money, but there's people saying that he hasn't been. So who knows? But I want to welcome Tony. Thank you, young man, up there in I don't think he's in the Upper Peninsula, but he's up there in Michigan. Thanks for joining us tonight, Tony. And you heard the news over the last 24 hours. Oh boy, this Astros cheating situation, it's not a scandal. I mean, it's over and done with. Hey, Tony. Thanks, buddy. And we may also be talking about the robo umpires. I've been talking about it for years now. It's on its way. So, and we're going to be talking maybe possibly some baseball money as well. So we shall see. But the big deal is right now with the Washington Commanders. Wow. In Major League Baseball, when teams, all right, let me talk about revenue sharing real quick. When a baseball team visits another team, say the Yankees come over to visit the California Angels or the Anaheim Angels of Chavez Ravine, the teams share the gate 50-50. When it comes to the national contract, they all share the contract money as well. There's a lot of revenue sharing in baseball. I understand it's very similar in basketball. I don't know. The big dog may join me, may not. If he does, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. In the NFL, it's a bit different. They don't share the gate receipt per se. And that's the issue that's come up right now with the team. Oh, by the way, here we go. I have to start off with it since we're going to be spending possibly quite a bit of time on the NFL tonight. I know this is fiction because they probably don't drink tea. But what kind of tea do football players drink? What type of tea or kind? It's a kid's joke. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Be kind. Be kind. We try to entertain. Be very kind. Once again, folks, everyone who's watching, we'd love to know who you are, where you hail from. We're all over the place right now. We'd love if you guys can give some likes on our YouTube pages, on our Facebook pages. We got to get to 100, and that way we can manipulate the name on the YouTube pages. So it's really kind of cool. But I know I asked too much of you guys. But anyway, the deal with the NFL is that NFL teams don't keep all of their ticket revenue, and they don't directly share any of the money from each given game with the opponent. Instead, 40% of the gate from every game goes into a league-wide pool that goes in equal portions to all teams. Home teams deduct 15% of the total ticket revenue for expenses, making it basically a 66-34% share of the gross and a 60-40 split of the net. So, if this is true, and this is from Yahoo Sports, Schneider, the owner of the Washington football team, otherwise known as the Washington Commanders. I call them the Admirals because I want to give them a little bit more love, but whatever. Got 1/32 of the 40% payments generated by the other 31 teams, and he failed to pony up all of the 40% chunk that should have gone to his partners. Wow. I don't know how that happened. You would think that the accountants in the NFL office are collecting from the teams. I mean, it's not like they mail a check in and, well, actually, maybe they do mail a check in. But accountants, come on, folks. How difficult is it? I understand that you can play with the numbers and say, is okay, what are gate receipts? Okay, there it is. What are the game receipts? What are whatever? And you can put in any number you want. But allegedly, the contention is that he kept that portion. And it's just absolutely not a good thing. So he failed to pony up of the 40% chunk that should have gone to his partners. His partners have protected him when it comes to the investigation regarding workplace misconduct. Indirectly, they're protecting themselves from having similar allegations threatening to hold on to their franchise. If it can be proven that he's been picking his partner's pockets, his partners quite likely will be kicking his ass out of the house. Say what you will, folks. I don't know if you've been there in the conversations, but the reason why the former president of the United States wanted a team, it's because only billionaires can own teams. And if you're a billionaire, you own a team. It's the ultimate status symbol. That's why he always wanted in. That's why he destroyed the NFL or the USFL, wanting to take on the NFL to sue them and maybe settle, and the New Jersey Generals would become part of the NFL. Whatever. It is the ultimate play, is to have your own team. The rules as written for people who are billionaires, they protect everything that they do because they've earned it all and they've gone all the way. And when you look at ownership, when you buy in, you're spending so much money, you're involved, you're protecting your investment. And that's the way it works. All the teams or all the owners want to earn money. They want to make money, duh, but their endeavor is protected so that they don't lose out. They can't get kicked out. They can't get voted out. They can, but it's done in such a way it has to be difficult. It's even worse than Congress. There has to be a significant majority. I believe it's 75% of the teams have to move forward when it comes to kicking someone out of the league. I believe it's that way in baseball. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember because I need another hit right now. This is about 2 hours old. It's not very warm. It's not warm at all. But anyway, there are rules. They're all earning money together. It's an endeavor. Well, if it turns out that even though he was accused of misconduct, he was wrapped up in the ownership name. Of course, the Redskins, you know that. You've seen it play out. He may have committed the greatest crime of all. And we're saying maybe, if possibly, because if he stole from his fellow owners, that's it. That's it. And I get it. It's not unlike being an employee. If you steal from your employer, you're gone. I, as a business owner, if I detect theft, they're gone. It's simple as that. In the retail world, because I worked in retail, it's called shrinkage. When you take stuff, when you're in on the inside. If I remember correctly, watching the video back in the late 80s, early 90s, shrinkage is 80% of a business loss. Stuff done on the inside. So think about that. Think about that. These business owners know how to run their businesses. And they're having one on the inside Could be a clerical error. They're denying it right now, of course. It has been turned over to Congress. I really don't know why they're investigating, but actually, I can see their trade commission, money crossing borders and stuff. Yeah, I can see why they're involved. It could probably come under racketeering. Racketeering can cover a lot of stuff. It's yeah, I mean that's how they got the not the gangs, but the mafia. They got them through racketeering. But anyway, there's a lot. I'm not saying they're going to go as far as that, but it's similar. Well, anyway, if this is true, oh, Mr. Schneider is in a lot of trouble, and it's just a bummer. I'm sorry, Mr. Schneider. I'm not going to pass judgment on you, but if it turns out that you did hide the money, you kept it, you're going to be gone. And you're going to be gone quicker than you can say, wait, I'm changing names again. Now, there's a lot of stuff in the blogosphere on these other teams commenting. The blogosphere saying, when is the NFL going to say enough is enough? They're not. They're not going to get rid of it. It's not as easy as you think. The NBA did prove how to do it and how to get it done. So Schneider does not make the league look bad. He's a thief on the inside, if in fact he is. I have to put that on there. He's a billionaire. I'm nobody. I have no desire to get into any litigious relationship with that guy whatsoever. So that's why I have to keep saying if the story is true. It's just not good whatsoever. Now, everyone is talking in the blogosphere what should be done if he did. They can't get rid of him. Oh, yes, they can. Oh, they can. Now, a billionaire is litigious by nature. So it's really easy. He can sue all he wants, but the NFL will win if, in fact, he did keep this money. So let's roll the dice. Just go for it. And nowadays, depending on which state it is or federal, I don't know, but you can sue. I believe in California. Again, it's the nation's capital, Maryland and Washington, D.C. I think they're still in Washington, D.C. So if you sue someone in California and you lose, you have to pay the other person's court fees. I forget when that applies, but it's a big deal. So I don't know if it applies in federal court. I'm sure they could put in for it. I don't know the way it works out there in Washington, Maryland, but it remains to be seen. The NFL will be able to get him out on a simple vote. He can sue all he wants. So he might win because I know we were talking about the NFL on the move of the St. Louis Rams over to Arizona. And the city of St. Louis said, well, you guys didn't follow your own rules. So, well, again, I don't want to bring all that up, but it looks like they were going to win. They finally settled late last year, which it was lost on me. But it was in a significant amount of money the city of St. Louis won, the county and the state and all that stuff. And good for them. Good for them because they didn't follow their own rules. So Mr. Schneider could sue on the grounds of the action being taken as arbitrary, capricious, and why are you following rules now if you didn't follow them then? There's an argument to be made. All you got to do is impress one person or 12, depending on where it is. But, yeah. If Dan Schneider is not kicked out, the blogosphere has been talking about, well, what should they pay? Draft picks, penalties, fees, stuff like that. That's commonplace. But who really loses in that case? It's the Washington fan base. That's if he stays in there. So if he's kicked out, Washington should not be penalized. The people that assisted Mr. Schneider should be kicked out if, in fact, they. I mean, I guess they did. I don't believe Mr. Schneider's involved in the minutia of actually doing that stuff. He just orders it, makes it happen. It's almost biblical. No. You just say it and it'll be done. I'm a man of, it's biblical. So if he keeps the team, there should be penalties, significant penalties, huge sums. But would he keep the money from being paid then too? Yeah, I know that's kind of lame. But it needs to be done. And we'll just have to see. Don't know if it's true. Everything that happens up in Congress, it's all political. It's all, we'll see. But when will the NFL say enough is enough? I don't think that it's, you got to have 75% of the owners. That's like 24, I believe. 32 multiplied by 75. That's 24. That's 24 owners. And if it turns out it's an oversight, whatever, I don't know. I don't know. But if he did clearly take from them, yeah, that's money, baby. That's one thing that they will go after. So, Mr. Schneider, dude, we shall see. So that is one of the bigger stories right now going on right now in the NFL. We gave it to you the best way. You have my opinion. If the story is true, bye, Mr. Schneider. Time for you to go. That's if it's true. Oh, my goodness. So, I don't know if you guys heard, but 3 Major League Baseball players were suspended. Santana, Rodriguez, and Rondon were suspended for positive drug tests. As you know or don't know, earlier today was announced that outfielder first baseman Danny Santana, pitcher Richard Rodriguez, and infielder Jose Rondon were suspended for 80 games each on Monday, in the first discipline since the Major League drug testing program resumed March 11th, following a 99-day suspension during the lockout. The three, they're all free agents, tested positive for performance-enhancing substance Boldenone, the commissioner's office said on Monday. The test resulted from urine samples taken before the lockout started on December 2nd, but Major League Baseball concluded it could not announce discipline during the lockout. A person familiar with the testing program said, speaking, of course, on condition of anonymity because the detail was not announced. Santana, who's 31, is an 8-year Major League veteran who hit 181 with 5 homers and 14 RBIs in 38 games for the Boston Red Sox last season. He has a career .255 average with 47 homers and 202 RBIs for Minnesota from 2014 to 17, Atlanta 27 and 18, and Texas 2019 to 20, and then, of course, Boston. Rodriguez, who's a 32-year-old right-hander, was acquired by Atlanta from Spirit on July 30th, and won 1-2 with a 3.12 ERA in 27 relief appearances for the Braves, but did not appear on a postseason roster for the World Series champions. I think he's still going to get a ring. He's going to get a World Series share. I don't know how Atlanta figured it out, but I'm certain he was. With that type production or lights out, he should have gotten a share and almost surely would get a ring as well. Everyone on the team would. He was 5-4 with a 2.94 ERA and 64 relief outings last year, and a 16-14 career record with a 3.29 ERA and 19 saves for Baltimore 2017, Pittsburgh 2018 to 21st, and of course Atlanta in the 21st year of this century. Rondon, who's 28. Oh, wait, is that the 21st year? No. It's the 20th year of this. Remember, year one. It's not 0. The new century didn't start at 2000. That was the last year of the 20th century. So it's 2001. So it's the 20th year. 2021 is the 20th year of the 21st century. Go play with that. 2022 is the 21st year of the 22nd century. Wow, 21st, 22nd, 20th. God, I'm really playing with numbers today. Rondon, 28, hit .263 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs in 63 games for St. Louis last season. He has a .216 average with 12 homers and 33 RBIs in 4 seasons with San Diego, 2016, the Black Sox in 2018-19, Baltimore also in 2019, and of course with St. Louis. These were the first suspensions under the Major League Baseball program since Oakland outfielder Ramon Laureano was disciplined last August 6th on an 80-game penalty that has 27 games left to be served this season. There have been 20 suspensions this year under the minor league drug program. Wow. I'm looking to go to a minor league game soon. The tax season doesn't end until April 18th. Oh, this is going to be my only time. Sports talk with the guys, and now tonight is the only time that I'm going to be away. Oh, no, I take it back. I will be doing the program early on Thursday morning to celebrate the opening of Major League Baseball. I will be home. I have a very short weekend work today. I'm going to work on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's it. I was in negotiations today. I'm on bargaining committee for SEIU, 721 Clerical. I'm on that one. So spent the entire day bargaining. Wow. It was a rough day. But anyway, I will be off on Thursday. So I'm really excited about it. We will have sports talk with the guys on the 9th, on the 16th, and I will be live from Alaska on the 23rd. And then everything will be back to normal on the 20th. So really looking forward to it. I don't know if there's going to be a Monday Night in America. There may be if I have cell service and I'm able to see the lights. Oh, my goodness. That would be awesome to do a live program from near the Yukon River. Folks, I'm going to switch. I know I'm all over the place. Hi, have we met? I am jazzed. I think you already know I have the flight already paid for. I have the car already reserved, so I'm really excited about that. And why am I not able to go there? Come on, Google, help me out here. And I am really jazzed. My daughter doesn't really know the hell, I don't even know the full details of what's going to happen. But we're going to fly into Anchorage. I'm really jazzed about that. Oh, I have an apology. I'm going to have to do a video. I went out on Friday night with a co-worker. Went to go see a movie, Morbius. And I went to the IPIC Theaters, Miller Alley, Pasadena, California. It's one of those theaters where you have reclining seats, two to a booth. Think of an airplane booth, but two people. It's four across. There's a booth over on that side, two in the middle, and then another booth on that. So if you think of a regular theater with two aisles, two aisles, the entire row can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I believe there was about 20 total booths from the bottom all the way up, maybe 24. I don't know. They were all in pairs, except for me. I was the only one. Well, I was a third wheel with my buddy Bruce and his girlfriend. And it was embarrassing. Halfway through the movie, a drink shows up on my table. You know, I'm kind of like lounging, watching the movie. I really am kind of enjoying it. It's a little awkward. I've never watched a movie like that, but it was okay. It had my attention. I'm willing to reckon the movie Morbius, but you have to know the character. You have to know what's going on. Otherwise, it's not going to be for you. Definitely not. So, okay, what's the deal? I'm there, drink arrives, and I'm thinking, why the hell did my buddy buy me a drink? Why? Oh, and Tony, you probably heard this one on Saturday. I'm sorry. All right, well, I had to do a video because a drink arrived. Turned out it wasn't my buddy. He checked his receipt. Says, nope, not here. They didn't charge me. Oh, well, I thought it was charity, courtesy, or, hey, that guy's alone, give him a drink. Well, no, obviously someone purchased from me. When the waiter dropped it off, he just dropped. It was a slight hesitation or pause, and he kept on going. I was like, what? Who? Bruce. What the hell, dude? I got to drive home. I believe, I'm not going to say what it is, because when I do my video, I'm going to tell the person, please, I want to know who you are, but you have to know what the drink was. And, well, I already told everyone the day, and I already know the location. But the time, you have to tell me the drink was, whatever, and I'd like to meet the person because I'm such a bonehead. I've never had a drink purchased for me. Never. So we're walking out of the lounge. I'm a little confounded. And, wow. Going out. And you were exiting the theater. There's a lounge, just like a hotel lounge. we're on the third level because you had to take escalators down to this place. And going through the lounge, there's the bar, circular bar from my point of view. And I did notice there was someone seated. And I think back now that there were four friends standing, or well, four people in front of her standing. If it was her, she did start to look over. And just me being the type of person that I am, I guess I saw the movement and I went into aliens mode. Movement! What's the position? Talk to me, Hudson! Okay, it's a flashback to aliens, all right. But anyway. I guess I saw movement and I kind of shied away. My friend Bruce was walking towards the bar and he comes back. He says, dude, she smiled at you. I'm like, what? Stop it, Bruce. She smiled at you. Or maybe it's your girlfriend for all I know. And I dismissed it. What an idiot. What a bonehead. What a dumbass. Of what I remember? Damn it! Oh, there was a lot to like. I don't know, late 30s. I don't think so. Maybe early 40s. But damn it! Damn it! Oh, man! I've never had it happen. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I've never had it happen. I've never had a drink purchased for me. Damn it! So, oh, boy. And speaking of, damn it, we'll bring him on right now. Oh, Studley! Look at that. I was going to wear my Nightmare Hunter hat. Dude, you're a professional. What's going on? Did you just get back, homie, from going out?
No, this is called The Professionals.
It is, sir. It is. And I thought of, oh my God almighty. I was thinking of doing that.
Oh, were you?
Putting on the shirt and tie because it is The Professionals. Anyway, Good evening, almighty. Thank you for joining me. I was off on a tangent again. The loser me, talking about the girl that, I don't know. Someone purchased a drink.
So, all right. So we're back on that, huh?
No, hey, well, I'm a loser, dude. Come on.
No, I'm just saying. Anyway, live and learn.
Yeah. Thank you for setting me straight on that.
But also, two things. One other thing could have happened. You could have got a drink in your face. So you might have dodged a bullet.
It's very possible.
But it would have been worth getting that drink in your face because you took a chance. And anyway, anyway, continue with your story.
No, not at all. I'm there. I was pretty much ending it already. And it's just, I'm a bonehead. Bonehead. So, folks, we did talk very briefly, of course, about Dan Schneider. And I was talking about the baseball players being suspended. So, think of baseball player. Think about losers. I think about myself. So, almighty, you did know 3 players were suspended, of course. I think you posted it in our chat.
Yeah, I did. I sent it to you, at least, because you're the baseball man. So, I just thought you would get it. I didn't know if you saw it or not. I don't know how. I just post things. You might have seen it before I did, but as soon as I usually see it, I just post it to you. So
I did see it. I wanted to return very quickly. Are you familiar with the accusations against Commanders owner Dan Schneider?
Yeah, I read that earlier than when I saw it was going to be a topic. I went through it again, and so I did go through that, and I guess I'm surprised that it's in Congress. I mean, Congress is going over it. I just thought the NFL was but they're in there too. So who knows?
If it is true, it looks like he kept approximately 40% of the portion that was supposed to go to all the other teams. So I'm not sure if you're familiar. Several of the articles had it. Most of them did not. Basically, the way it works. And almighty, if you know how it works in basketball or in hockey, I'm talking about the way they divvy up monies. In Major League Baseball, if the Yankees visit the Guardians or the Indians, they take 50% of the take. Each team splits the gate revenue. Okay. That's why some teams command a higher rate. I know that the Dodgers will increase prices for certain teams. And I think the Angels were doing it for a little while, but I think they stopped doing that. But anyway, that's how it is. In the NFL, what happens is it's like a 60-40 split where the home team keeps 60%. Or no, I apologize. It's like a 50-50 split, but the home team can take up to 15% in expenses.
I
So
think, was it the 60-40 Congress?
I think so.
And
Yeah.
then the other one is what, like 54, not 54, but 60, I don't know, 64 or something. It was above I think it was like what, 63, 64 to 46, I believe. I'm just going off the top of my head, which is dangerous, but that's what I remember.
Turns out that if he gypped his fellow owners, that is, everything else that's happened, whatever. This will, if he stole from the other owners, he can plead innocence. He can say it was a mistake, whatever. I don't know how, but if it turns out that this is real, I believe the NFL will get rid of him. But if the NFL does get rid of him, there'll probably be a litigious engagement. It'll go on, but the NFL almost assuredly will win. And they will probably win fees, in my humble opinion. But if they do get rid of Schneider, do you think the team should be penalized? Because the blogosphere is going wild, almighty, about how the commander should pay. Draft picks, penalties, and stuff. So, well, wait a minute. That's for the present owner. If he loses control of the team, should the team still be penalized? Just curious. What are your thoughts on that, almighty?
It's 66-34.
Thank you. Yeah.
But if they get rid of him, I don't know why they would. I mean, if it's his fault only, then I guess getting rid of him would be enough of a penalty. But it depends. They're not done yet. It depends how many people are in on it. There has to be an accounting person in on it because he can't just shift money around. Right. So someone had. My belief is that someone had to help him. So if it's a team event, I don't know how far that should go. I don't even know if anything. I mean, but they will probably. I mean, look what happened. Well, it depends. I think the NFL will have to punish that team to teach the other teams not to do that. They would have to be made a whatever it's called, example. Yep, or the scapegoat or something. But still, how long has he been doing this and someone finally found out? I mean, you would think
or snitched. Snitched.
But I'm thinking that, okay, there should be teams going, oh, where's our percentage from the Washington football team? Where's it at? We didn't get it. We didn't receive it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. Maybe teams don't care because they have so much money coming in. They don't pay that much. I don't know how it works, but you would think someone would go, wait a minute. Maybe that's who snitched with another team going, wait a minute. We didn't get our revenue from the Commanders for 2 years straight now. What's going on here? I mean, I guess it would be the football team and the Commanders, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But Snyder's not very likable, so they'll probably just get rid of him just to get rid of him. But do you agree with that, Raj?
Yes, I do. If in fact it turns out that the organization sold from the rest of the NFL, it doesn't matter what you can be accused of. It doesn't matter what you do, who you insult. If you steal, this is omerta, man. This is Cosa Nostra. If you steal from the other owners, if they can't trust you, you're gone, dude. You're gone. And it's not as easy as you think. These are corporations. They're established. They have systems in place. This isn't Jedi.tax where I can walk over to my computer where QuickBooks is and I can alter numbers. This is a corporation. I can report whatever I want. I don't. I'm legit. I'm legal. My clients, they laugh. Oh, do you prefer cash? No, man, I'm all right. I take cash, check, charge, everything, Zelle, whatever. Oh, well, don't you want cash? No, actually, I'm trying to grow a business. So I do report everything because I want to qualify for purchasing other items. But anyway,
it's crazy. Yeah. It's weird that Congress is exploring it too. So
yeah. Well, I was kind of alluding to the fact that if someone reported it to Congress, the only reason, Mr. Dream, dude, changed their name to the Scapegoats for this season. Oh, that's pretty good. I like it. Dream, come on, dude, come and join us. Come on, man. Anyway, I was surmising that if they don't get rid of him, the team will be penalized. So, and it's going to be money, but how are they going to know that he actually paid? Anyway, I like that.
Oh, wow, that's a goodie. I like
okay.
it.
The funny thing is, Tony's like, you already said that, scorekeeper. You
Yeah,
already.
that's the first I've heard that, but still, you're right.
I said it earlier before you showed up.
But they probably will lose some draft picks. I mean,
oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Going by what happened to the Saints when they were out to target people that whatever year, how many years ago that was, their coaches got suspended and they had to lose draft picks. That was a big. Yeah. It was a big to do.
Sean Payton was suspended for an entire year.
Yeah, that's true. He was gone for an entire year. Entire year. I don't know if any of the other coaches got suspended for a while or not. But anyway, since this is money, it probably will be some things if everything comes to a head.
I was thinking that the reason why Congress is involved is because the commanders are not only in DC, but what they do is nationwide. So Federal Trade Commission comes into play, and racketeering comes into play. Dude,
wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. If they throw RICO at them, holy shit.
Yeah.
They're done. Oh, my God.
Okay, you know what RICO... And folks, if you guys ever watched the movie The Firm, remember how Tom Cruise gets out of it? He gets out of it because every time they put a stamp on those false invoices, remember that? Remember all that work? It was 3 and 5 or 3 and 10, whatever he said. Remember, 3 years and $10,000 fine every time they put a stamp and sent out a wrong invoice. And it is similar to that. If you do multi-state stuff, that's racketeering. And I talked about that's how they brought the mafia down. It was one of the only ways they were able to do it. So
and plus, that was when it came into effect, it was only supposed to be used against the mafia.
Yeah.
But like everything else, it expanded outward to the general public that they use that on now. So when you have to be very wary when they pass a law, say, "Oh, we're just going to use it for this," and you got to think, yeah, well, it's over time it's going to go, and everybody's going to get involved. I mean,
yes,
but I'm sorry about the sound effect, but still, yeah. But since there's no more mafia,
no, you're okay. I like this one. Yeah, that's pretty good, Dream. That is very good. Yes, yeah. Illegal money moves. That is funny.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Yes, it is. Now, I did talk about very quickly the suspending of the players. Oh, I'm sorry. Almighty, did you have anything else on that for the Washington?
No, I mean, I don't know if they will go that far with a RICO case because that would...
I don't think so either.
No, because that would... Oh, my God. That would be so complicated, and they would just seize... I mean, they could seize the whole team and just say, you know what? You're out of luck. They could seize everything. I mean, everything.
Oh, my God. The U.S. government would own the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
And then they would become the Washington bootlicks or the Washington politicians.
But I just don't see the nation, the government wanting one. I think there'd be too much blowback if the government went that far, because that would really screw up the NFL in the long run. Because they're like, okay, we don't. This is because that would give the government a foothold in the NFL.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I didn't think about that. Under RICO, they can seize it. Wow.
They can seize everything from everybody. I mean, Snyder would lose stuff too. I mean, take his house, blah, 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 depending how far they want to go. But I just don't see them going that far. They're probably going to investigate it. The NFL will probably do some penalties to try to keep the Congress at bay. So the NFL probably will have to, one more thing, like I said, we'll have to punish them badly to make sure that Congress doesn't keep coming at them. Or the government. You don't even want anyone in there, like the FBI or anybody. You don't want Homeland going in there. So,
no, they don't. And I suppose my last thought on this would be, if it is real and if it is true what they say, it wasn't just Snyder, or it was just someone else. Look, again,
there's probably a group of people involved, and that'll come out because all that. I'm just because I guess can't be Snyder because I don't think he'd have the brains. Well, he might to do something like that by himself, get into the books. But I could be wrong about that. I mean, if he wants it bad enough, but it had to be a group of people, and they've had to keep it secret. And like you said, maybe one of them flipped.
Yeah, because of the stuff that's going on. So we shall see, folks. I did mention the 3 ball players, and we're going to bring them on right now. Good evening, Big Dog. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
I apologize.
No apology
What
necessary.
do you mean? I just got here myself.
I appreciate that Almighty made it. I did, Big Dog. Dream, what the hell are you doing? Get in the chat. Come on in. I know it's late for you, Dream, but join us, buddy. Big Dog,
He's playing with himself. Leave him alone.
God.
Okay, all right. Dream, do what you need to do. I mean, spatial orientation. That's where New Orleans is. So, oh, look at that. He's giving you love there, Big Dog. He's screaming your name.
Stud Muffin!
Big Dog, we've really only touched on one major story. We kind of bled into the second one real quick, but we were talking about Dan Schneider. Are you familiar with the story now of what's going on?
Refresh my memory, please.
It just broke within the last 24 hours or so that apparently Congress has evidence that Dan Schneider kept some of the monies that was supposed to be split. And I'm glad you're here because I wanted to know the way it works in the NBA. And if any of you gentlemen know how the revenue goes in hockey, but this is my question. Big Dog, if the Yankees visit the Angels, the gate is split 50-50. You know, the gate receipts for the game.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, it works kind of like a 60-40 split. Okay. Where the home team keeps 60.
64-36.
You're right, sir. And I appreciate that.
Well, I'm just, I mean, I don't mean to do that, but that's a 60, because Congress voted 60-40 to go ahead. But that was.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Thank you, Almighty. The split works this way, Big Dog. They don't, the home team keeps that portion of the receipt.
The larger portion, yeah.
And the other portion is split amongst the 31 other teams. It goes into a pool.
Really?
And everyone gets a 30-second of it. So that's the way it works there. Do you know how it works in the NBA? And gentlemen, do any of you know how it works in the NHL? I imagine in the NHL, the gate is probably 50-50 as well, but I don't know. Do you know how it works in the NBA, Big Dog?
Checking. I thought it was a 60-40 split, but I am trying to see if I find out right now.
Okay, fair enough. But thank you. So it looks like we don't know for how long, but it is with Congress. They have it that apparently the Washington Commanders or the Commandeers have been keeping the pool money. They have not distributed, whether it's the full amount, whether it's a small amount, or it's the entire thing. We don't know. But that's what's going on. And I was talking briefly, been reading quite a bit, that no matter what Dan Schneider has done, the accusations against him, the whole name change thing, all the people is insulted and pissed off, this time he stole from the family. If it's true, I'm surmising that he is gone. And look at what the NBA did. And it was amazing, guys. Look back at what happened. He said, "You are gone." And people kind of like, well, it's not that easy. He's an owner. Son of a bitch. He got rid of Donald Sterling. And he made it happen. So
that he did.
Nothing is, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. We know, because Big Dog and I, when everyone was talking about Donald Sterling, about, oh, no way. Big Dog and I were like, yeah, you don't live out here. We know how that guy is. We know. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, Big Dog, what are your thoughts? Because the blogosphere is going wild on what the Washington Commanders are going to have to do. That they're going to lose draft picks, that they're going to lose money, fine, and stuff. And my thing is, sorry, Big Dog.
No.
My thing is, and I think Almighty's on with me on this, if not, he'll correct me. What's the point of going after the team if Schneider loses control? Because everyone involved will be fired, and they will most assuredly be blacklisted. They will never work in the NFL again. They may never work in another sports entity again. But knowing that, I think they should not be fined or lose draft picks or whatever if they get rid of Schneider. This could be a litigious affair. It will be, but I think the NFL will win if he takes them to court. And Schneider will have to pay the fees of the NFL. Sorry, Big Dog.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know if that was to me or to Almighty.
No, that was to you now.
I mean, if he's found guilty that he's been, hoarding the money, of course, they're going to kick him out, or at least they'll remove him from making any decisions with the team, and then probably at the same time trying to oust him as owner or make him sell his whatever percentage he owns. And of course, they will be fined all the money that they find that he was hoarding, plus penalties and percentage, of course. And then they're going to lose. Yeah, they'll definitely lose draft picks
under Schneider. So see,
yeah.
So okay, if Schneider's gone, should the team lose the picks if they get rid of Schneider?
Well, yeah, because you have to penalize
the fan
team.
Base. Well, the fan base.
What about the fan base?
They're the ones that are going to end up losing out because
Why?
Because their team is going to be without draft picks. Team's probably going to be missing money.
What would be the difference if he traded for Tom Brady and traded away all their draft picks? What's the difference?
Okay,
they still don't have those draft picks.
Okay, first of all, I don't play those woulda, coulda, shouldas.
You're doing just that right now. If they lose, you're saying if they lose the draft picks, that the fans are going to suffer. That's a woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Big Dog, we're talking about the situation right now, and the blogosphere is going crazy with this. And fine,
yeah,
I'll grant you that.
But we know how you feel about the blogosphere, so you're giving them credence, but at the same time, you're ripping them in any other show, saying they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well, I'm actually giving you a glorious moment to either agree with them or disagree with them.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, but you jumped in saying no, I'm not playing the woulda, coulda, shoulda. So
on Tom Brady.
Yeah, on anything. You trade for anybody and you give away all your draft picks for it. A la Lakers when they got Russell Westbrook. They gave away I don't know how many damn draft picks. We ain't got draft picks for the next 4 years. And it didn't pan out. So what's the difference if they would have found Jeannie Buss stealing money from the NBA? They kick her out and find us those draft picks, let's say, that we would have had we not gotten Russell Westbrook. And we would have lost them anyways. So, I mean, the fans, first of all, Washington sucks. So they're going to get a sucky team no matter what. But you cannot fire the guy who was in charge and try and recoup your money back without penalties to the team because he ran the team. The final say was his. So you can't let the team get away with it because he knew what was going on. And those repercussions are because of what he did. But the team is still at fault. It was his team. So it's just like the Pete Carroll thing when he ran for Seattle. And look what happened. All the things he did, who paid for it? USC. Why? Because they were the team that he ran. He was doing all these illegal things. But he said, see you guys, I'm going to the pros. You guys deal with all the shit I did to you.
Okay, I would argue that a little bit by saying he was the head coach and there was still someone above him.
True, but we all know. But we all know in college, when you're the head coach, you're pretty much in charge. You're the one that's doing all the recruiting. You're the one that's getting all the players. It's not like if you're in the pros and there's a general manager and the vice president in charge of player operations. None of that's in college. It's the chancellor and then it's the head coach. The chancellor oversees all the sports.
And the director of the athletic program was let go. So, and then USC was fined.
Yeah. Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is they were in charge, but still the team gets penalized because of what they did. So it's the same thing here. You stole all that money. We're going to penalize you, and we're going to penalize the team because that's the team you ran. Even though it had nothing to do with what happened on the field, you can't not penalize a team.
Okay, fair enough.
At least in my opinion.
and I appreciate that, big dog. And I think Almighty gave his opinion too. We were kind of somewhere similar and stuff, but I guess the way I would see it is, if he stays there, definitely fire him. But if they're able to get rid of him, you get rid of everything that went with him. But I would not penalize the team per se, because it was following his orders. Everyone's going to get fired that was involved. I'm assuming. I don't know. We don't even know if this is true. So, and that's fair, big dog. And I appreciate that commentary. I'm not trying to argue, and it sounds like I am, and I'm really not. So.
Well, he'll probably have to make restitution plus
yes,
definitely, yeah,
and plus pay a fine on top of it if he stays or not. It's going to cost him big time.
Yeah.
Also, what I can't find anything to dispute it, but the hockey they keep 100% of ticket sales.
Oh wow,
the home team, wow,
because that's a major part of their revenue. So, who was that? I don't know how but it's from Quora, and I think it was just, I don't know. And the answer was from 2018 and only has one answer, but I can't find anything else to dispute it. They're all talking about what happened during the pandemic, but I don't know for sure. But that's the only answer I found that says that stated stated up saying, look, they don't do it. Which, thinking about it, sounds about right, because they have to rely on whatever. But anyway, that's what I found out. If someone can dispute that, I won't go against it, but that's what I found so far. So that's all I have on that.
And on my side, on the NBA, the only thing I could find is something from a few years ago that said it is a 50-40-10 split. 50 for the home team, 40 for the away team, 10% to the NBA.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so they got their hand in it too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying because the NFL, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They must love them Lakers.
Oh, wow. Hey, so real quick here.
I like your hat, by the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
I know, he came professional. Dude, look, he's got the tie on, dude. Next time, we're probably going to have to do the same thing. I thought about it, and Almighty showed me up.
Okay, I wanted real quick here, big dog. Do you think how many games are left in the NBA?
7. Let me see.
Well, do 6? You think the Lakers are going to make it in?
No, they have it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was just looking at that and I cussed them out. 78 games. There are 4 games left. They have a 0.02% chance of making the playoffs.
Whoa, they have a Derek Fisher chance.
No, they have less than Derek Fisher. That was 0.4. This is 0.02. So 2 1,000th of a percent. Or 2 100ths of a percent of making the playoffs.
Okay, folks, I have to call a timeout right there.
Timeout.
The big dog just showed me up when it comes to numbers. And I have to admit it. I have to admit it right there. He got me. I just saw the 2 and the 4, and he's like, "No, dumbass, you got the decimal wrong."
Well, you didn't use your handy dandy calculator.
No, I did not. Oh my goodness! But
well, hey. I know that right now the Cavaliers are in the play, and there's 7. But I don't know if they'll be able to overtake to get into the playoffs, because they just can't beat the tough teams. If they play a bunch of whimpers, yeah, they might. But they're one game out of the playoffs. Like anybody.
Well, let's see. Okay, let's see where your Cavs are. Where the fuck are your Cavs? Oh, Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland's in the 7th spot.
Right.
So, I mean, they'll have to play if everything ends today. They would have to play Atlanta for 1 game, and that would give them the winner. The winner claims the 7th spot. If Cleveland were to lose, then they still have a chance, and they would take on the winner of Charlotte-Brooklyn, and the winner of that game then gets the number 8 spot. So technically, they have 2 chances to still get in, and they are 79 2 games. Yeah, they can't get into the 6th spot. There's no way. Yeah. They're 3 games out with 2 games left. So
Yeah,
that part's impossible.
Yeah, but the Raptors have been on fire. So
Yes, they
moved
have.
up. They moved up at least 3 spots. They passed Cleveland, and then I think yesterday they passed whoever that.
Well, they're in the 6th spot, but they're tied with Chicago for 5 and 6 actually. So
at one because they were like 8-2, and you can see the Cavs in the last 10 games are 4-6. So they're plummeting. I mean, there's some reason that's been that way for the last couple of weeks that they've been struggling, but the Raptors have been flying high. But Chicago's ahead of them at this point. Of the Raptors?
Yes, Chicago is right now. It's Chicago, Toronto, and then Cleveland, and then Atlanta. Those are your 5, 6, 7, 8 spot.
Okay.
And on the West, like I said, Lakers have played 78 games, so there's 4 games left. Technically, they're 2 games out of the 10 spot, but San Antonio holds a tiebreaker, so technically they're 3 games out of the 10 spot. So they would have to win 3 out of the next 4, and of course, San Antonio would have to also lose 3 out of the next 4. San Antonio is 7-3 in the last 10. We are 2-8, and I'm surprised we're 2-8. I thought we were 1-9. Assholes.
That hurts.
Yes, it does. 4 damn future Hall of Famers, and they can't even get in the damn playoffs.
Yeah, but everyone is going to be. It's 4 games now. All those idiots, all the apron stringers, are going to be saying, "We told you so. We told you so."
Oh no, they've been doing that since game number
1.
Since game number 10, maybe.
Yeah. All right, fair enough, folks. Just very quickly on the 3 baseball players that were suspended for 80 games, they were all suspended for Baldwin. 80 games. They're all free agents, so they're not going to sign with anyone. So we'll see how the suspension works out. But they can't play, so even if they're free agents, their suspension is effective basically now.
So how does that work, scorekeeper? If you're not playing with a team, how can you be suspended?
They were tested the December 2nd.
Yeah,
it was
before.
So I don't. Were they
before what?
Weren't they free agents
before the lockout?
Yes. I mean, before. I mean, weren't they free agents on the 2nd?
Yes, they were. They were.
Okay.
December 2nd's a lockout.
Okay, but what I'm asking though is, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying they couldn't do anything about it while the lockout was going on because there was no contract. So right now this is since everything's is coming back, they're now can be suspended. But even though they're free agents, aren't they still part of the NBA? NBA.
NBL.
Yeah,
yes.
Aren't they still
MLB? MLB. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are. They're obviously not going to get paid because no one will sign them. So the suspensions are the de facto. They're not getting signed, and they can be signed right after the 80 games would be up.
Okay, but that's my question: is how can you be suspended if you're not playing? They're not active players, and they're not any affiliated to any team right now. So how can you suspend someone from games played if you're not even working? If you're not working, how can you be suspended? So wouldn't you have to be signed? Let's say the Yankees sign one of those guys, just as for instance. So when's the Yankees' first game, sir? I know you know that.
Everyone plays April 7th.
Okay, so if the Yankees were to sign one of these guys on April 5th, saying we're going to sign you, and on April 7th, when the season starts, then your 80-game suspension would start because now you're officially with a team. But if you're not officially with a team, how can you be suspended?
They're eligible to be signed. I just can't tell you any more than that, big dog.
No, I understand. I understand that, but I don't understand that how can someone be suspended if they're not working?
The quirks of the contract. The quirks of the rules. Well, remember what happened with Manny Ramirez. Remember, he wasn't playing, and they said he could come back. Even though he didn't play, he basically served his suspension. Remember how?
And I complained then too.
Over that.
And I complained then too.
I was not arguing. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just idiotic that a guy that isn't earning any money, isn't affiliated with any Major League Baseball team, can be suspended.
I understand. Well, the point is he cannot sign a deal. So he actually he
he
could
can sign a deal. He just won't play. And at that point, I understand. But to say, okay, we're going to start the season in game 1, and then in game 81 we can sign you. And my answer, if I was an owner, would to any other owner, that didn't sign this guy. Well, no, he was never working, so I can suspend a guy that's not working. Labor Man would have a field day with that.
No, because that's part of their agreement. That's their CBA. That's the way they're.
No, I'm just saying Labor Man in the real world would have a field day with that, saying, how can you suspend someone, without working?
I'm getting old, big dog. Don't argue.
But let's put this into perspective. Mm-hmm. No one's going to miss these players.
That is true, too.
That is right. When you look at their numbers, and I read them off, it's pathetic.
It's like, okay, who cares? But I agree with you, big dog, but it is what it is.
No, I understand. I'm just saying that's just like, and of course, Scorekeeper's
they agreed to it.
Scorekeeper's going to rip me a new one right now. That is a loophole in the contract.
Belden
that would hurt.
Belden on.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Especially if you twirl it.
Yeah. Let's try that.
I think I lost my vision.
There we go. But, had to make it legit. But
see, now it is so beautiful that Almighty's the only one that's ever pointed out loophole. You already did. We have a newer audience is here with us on Monday night. Would you kindly explain loophole, young man? This is beautiful, folks.
One of the definitions for loophole
is beautiful, folks.
Is the slit an arrow makes when it hits a target. So right there is the slit, not to be confused with a vagina. So that's what it means. That's one of the definitions.
Yeah, and don't look up loophole in Urban Dictionary, guys. It's a totally different meaning.
Probably.
Yeah, you dumbass. You realize everyone's going to Urban Dictionary.
So are you. I saw that light up on their Scorekeeper. You're going to go there too and check it out.
But anyway, that's what one of the definition is. And
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I know I do know if you Google it, they will use that unofficial loophole definition. So you have to be careful, because if you just look at the first definition, you're screwed.
And whatever you do, don't look up videos of it, please, unless you're into that.
Yep. Yep. It says if it says anything porn, you don't want to go there unless you're like Roger.
Yeah. Well, he prefaces Star Trek in front of that, but Star Trek porn.
Anyway, Baldinon is an anabolic androgenic steroid and synthetic derivative of testosterone that was originally developed for, get this, veterinary use, but has become one of the more common performance-enhancing drugs that athletes test positive for in sport. With a chemical structure that's nearly identical to testosterone, Baldinon can stimulate protein synthesis and the release of erythropoietin in the kidneys. And I will not repeat it because I'll never be able to do that. Athletes sometimes use Baldinon, which may be sold on the black market, to increase muscle mass and strength. Along with being prohibited in sport, athletes should be aware of the many health and safety issues surrounding Baldinon. You know why? Because it's a veterinary drug. That's why.
Isn't that? Go ahead.
So does that affect the kidneys then? Since that you mentioned it, so is that
I believe
the kidneys then?
I'm going to put a link to it right here if you guys want to check it with me. I put it in the chat room, and I'm also sending it to my co-hosts. I'll show you. What is it used for? There is no therapeutic or medical use for Baldinon in humans. More specifically, it's not approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use in humans for any reason. In addition to being illegally sold and used for human performance enhancement, Baldinon is used illegally in racehorses to enhance performance, despite being banned for use in horses competing in Olympic and Paralympic events. On an international and agricultural level, Boldenone is also largely illegal for use in the growth promoter in farm animals, and most countries have surveillance programs that test for boldenone in animals raised for food production. The risk, it causes decreased testosterone production in men. In animal studies, boldenone has led to significant harm to the reproductive system and fertility of males, including decreased size of the testes, lower sperm count, and lower sperm mobility. In addition, boldenone is classified as a human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Wow, folks, carcinogen? That's smoky.
Why did you look around?
Oh, because I heard movement. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were checking. I thought I was looking forward to something with him saying something bad. The coast clear. Oh my God, here.
That's what I thought too. I thought maybe Claudia was there in the background or something.
I thought we were going to get into some juicy stuff, but he just I guess not.
Anyway. The answer is no to both of your last statements right now.
That particular steroid, I thought I might have read somewhere years ago, whatever, that they use that on cows to make the cows bigger and beefier for more meat. Because I remember when you said it's used for, I figured horses right off the bat.
Horses, huh?
Yeah, horses right off the bat. But I kind of remembered that the name of that drug associated with injecting either into the cows or the bulls. I thought it was the cows to make them bigger, so that when they get slaughtered, there's more meat to be had.
It's possible. I know that they specifically stated that in pigs, no. They did not mention any other animal. Could very well be. But Jesus, sorry. Guys, think of all the nons that we've heard of when it comes to steroids over the last 10, 15 years. It's crazy, man. All the different variations.
So at one time, we were getting those carcinogens through meat.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I sent you a video on Instagram. I don't know if you've been a little bit more on Instagram, so I sent you a funny video that I thought you might enjoy.
I will check it out. I've been on Instagram twice in the last 5 days. You are right, Big Talk. I have. And I go in, like a lot of posts, and I move on. That's what I've been doing lately, but it's okay. Folks, we talked about very quickly the 3 players being suspended or testing positive. Maybe not necessarily the suspensions, but there it is. Did you guys hear about Trevor Bauer? Or, I'm sorry, Almighty. Is there a story you want to get to right now?
No,
we'll always do the round robin.
Well, I'm just doing this. I look like a real white man. Really bright white. But, I thought that I don't know, but
you're studly today, dude.
Yeah.
With that nice shirt and tie and the hat.
Well, wow. I just thought of this I have 2 outfits, one for the Saturday and one for one of the professionals. So
and the thing is, he's naked from the waist down, though.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. I am wearing sweats. I don't got any dress pants on, but if
you are a real news guy, then.
Yeah, hopefully, but not really. But God, there is what the.
Go ahead, spit it out.
No, I'm trying to figure out if I should. I can't get this from memory. What else was happening here except?
Someone just got something.
Oh, Frank Gore is going to retire as a person, but I can't. A Viking, right? No, 49er. He's going to say
49er, yeah.
Because we talked about Adrian Peterson on Saturday, so I'll just continue with him going as a 49er. So just an expansion of that theme of people retiring. But we don't have time really to talk about WrestleMania. We could be here for several days. And once you see Saturday's WrestleMania, unless you already did, Big Dog, that's the day. That was the day to watch.
That was the better of the 2. Yeah. Well, we kind of message back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, but I was all pumped up after watching Saturday. I mean, it's like the full WrestleMania I've ever watched. Just like,
oh, okay.
And then I'm like, so then I'm looking forward to all these championships on Sunday. It's like,
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, Sunday sucked. Sunday sucked big time.
it sucked big. You wait, because all the matches on Saturday were all exciting, and there was like all these things happening the way people won, and Sunday was like, okay, I don't get it. Luckily, I was just paying $4.99 through Peacock and not the pay-per-view price.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I have Peacock, because it makes it worthwhile, because the pay-per-views are $60. So, paying $4.99 and that covers your pay-per-views, you're all set.
Yeah, I know, but still paying that kind of money for a crappy finality.
Yeah,
and I could do without McMahon coming out and wrestling too.
And that lousy stunner that he took.
Yeah. So
boy, he botched that so fucking bad.
Yeah, but anyway, we're getting off track, because I mean we could be here all day. I wanted to, if you didn't mind, I want to discuss that when we had Speedy on too, because get his
Saturday, sure,
get his knowledge on. And that's why I was thinking that
you got Frank Gore. I just put the article in the chat room for you guys, and private chat as well.
But that's why I thought that you two whatever.
It's not highlighted. I can't press on it.
No. I'm sorry. I put in the private chat.
Still not highlighted on iPads.
Okay, well, that's an iPad issue. I don't know how to resolve that, sir. I don't have a techie guy that could help us out. I'm sorry.
But
okay.
Yeah. Did you catch Sunday? Big Dog, or are you still waiting for it?
Most of Sunday I missed, and I just been more running around with my youngest, taking her different cheering things. I didn't get back till just before the main event, so just before Brock versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but even that kind of sucked ass. But
that was a bad ending. I don't just. I know we'll steer back to regular sports, but do you remember that armbar that Brock Lesnar had him in for that long time?
Yeah, right.
Evidently, he did real damage.
Oh, did he? I have not read anything of the aftermath.
Yeah. So the rumors is that Roman has a legit injury. What's wrong with my tongue today? A legit injury, and he will be out for months. So there's a lot of speculation, because Raw is on right now. It'll be over at 8:00. He's supposed to he was supposed to open the show, but they switched it. So now he's closing the show. The rumors are one of three things. One, that he comes out and admits to a legit injury, and he relinquishes the titles. Two, he has, as I told my friends, he wrestles, insert wrestler's name here, doesn't matter who it is, loses to that person, and fakes the injury, so that puts him off of TV for months at a time. So he gets rehabbed. Third option, which is the one that is that is least likely, is that he will mainly just be on TV doing promos and do squash matches with local talent who have no business even being in the ring with him, where he'll beat them in like a minute, and he'll rehab the rest of the time.
Well, the bell is for because you actually, despite Biden, you got through 3. You didn't forget after number 1, so that puts you on top of Biden. So,
oh geez,
you can run.
Scary.
You can run for president in 2024. Oh, you qualify. We're going to put together a team, and we're going to get you to the White House, even though you're Latino. But we will change the name.
We had the first black president. We'll have the first Latino president. I'll just paint the house brown.
Yep. And if you like Biden, you know it's the truth. So shut up.
And for the White House dinner, we'll have birria and sesos and tripas. And then on Sunday Sunday we'll have menudo.
I'm still dead.
And Friday nights we'll have mole.
I hate you, Big Dog. He's culture.
Yeah.
Eats our culture.
Yep, and I'll expect to be part of your
of course
cabinet.
Yep.
And for those dinners, I'll try to keep it close and bring Taco Bell.
Oh, you will not get in the door if you do that.
The white man version of Mexican food.
When I went to Ohio, Chillicothe, I was there for 2 weeks when I was training. Yes. I remember everyone was great to me. Everyone was nice. And they said, hey, we even have a Mexican restaurant here.
And they said Taco Bell. Oh, my God.
And they said, yeah, we have a Taco Bell. Like,
do you want to slap them?
Oh, my.
They had a Chinese restaurant. Forgive me, I know that's insensitive to say, but I did go to the Chinese restaurant. It was at least a little more authentic. But then again, you have to understand, folks, that Chinese restaurants here in the United States, they're nowhere near what the food from China is. So there's what I say is authentic is what you find in most Chinese restaurants, which is
even if they're run by actual Chinese people.
I'm not prepared to comment on that. Right
now, are you talking Chinese?
Schneider was on the topic earlier.
Are you talking Chinese fast food, or are you talking an actual sit-down restaurant?
I'm talking about the sit-down restaurants are pretty common. That most Chinese will tell you, yeah, this is not Chinese fare. And I learned that they say, no, this is not. This is I keep thinking of Boulder Dash, and I apologize, but it's a combination.
It's an Algeman.
Well,
we're whipping it out today, aren't we?
Yep. Well, I just thought, because. Okay.
And you're choking on it. Oh my God.
So I can't. I don't know any way out of that one. I'm just saying, since there are Asians running the restaurant, I thought it would be. What?
You can tell the difference between an Asian sit-down restaurant than the local like Mr. Yu's or whatever China Wok, those type of ones that are fast food type of Chinese food that you find in the mall.
Actually, I went into one yesterday. I was invited to go to the restaurant. It is called Melange, and it's across the street from the Santa Anita racetrack. I was there, and the chef. He is a former chef that had his own outlet in Beverly Hills. He is Japanese, and
so you didn't go to a Chinese restaurant then?
No, I did not. But I guess I was going along with the authentic line.
No, I know.
But you got me on that. The food had a unique flavor to it, which I was genuinely surprised, but it was just actually good food. But that's what you're talking about, Big Dog, an authentic restaurant.
Yeah. And I can see you going in if you thought it was called Menage.
No, Melange! Melange! But yes, that is good. Oh, very good. Very good, Almighty.
But
you got his heart racing. His Apple Watch told him his heart's going too fast.
Yeah. But I guess the Chinese restaurant here it's not part of a chain or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very surprising that we have one. And I'm trying to figure out where the Asian people live around here. I know it sounds racist, but really it's...
Oh, no, not at all. No,
but,
not at all.
I'm still looking to see where the Latino family lives in here, or where they live. Like, I know that they're here, and I see them around.
They live on... I'll tell you right now, they live on the same block, and all the Asians are in one house, and all the Latinos are in the other house.
You bastard! It's probably true, though.
Yeah. And the Mexicans have the one Chevy, and they fit everybody in it. Because you can fit a bunch of Mexicans in a Chevy.
Toyota, yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess, but anyway, I know I when I went to a certain church, they were members of that church.
Oh, okay.
And it caught me by surprise when they started singing a song in Spanish. I'm like, what? Because it's saying that they were a Mennonite church and they actually, learned enough Spanish to talk to them and sing a song was quite amazing. I thought. Yeah.
Mennonite in Spanish?
Yep.
I'm impressed, dude.
I'm a student
of religion, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
wow. But they knew Spanish. They knew Spanish, and they would also let them, they would speak in Spanish and give part of things so they could be inclusive.
Yeah, dude, Yo Quiero Taco Bell is not Spanish, okay?
What's really interesting, if you go down to TJ and you go into a Chinese fast food place and the Chinese are speaking Chinese amongst themselves and then when they turn to talk to you, they speak perfect Spanish. That is weird. That's unsettling.
Well, yeah, well, that's like the ones operated here. You know, they'll speak to you in perfect English, then all of a sudden they're speaking Mandarin. You know,
Yeah.
or you hear them speaking Mandarin, then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, how you do?" You know, I'll speak even like with all the English slang that we have and stuff. I mean, it's not
okay.
It's not the racist kind that you saw in the old movies where they where they just really butchered English, but they actually spoke.
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't the racist kind that we had years ago that people thought they spoke like ancient Chinese secret and all that crap.
Calgon. Ancient Chinese.
Back to Taco Bell real quick. Their food is out. It is what it is.
It is what it is, dude.
But I will say, and I don't know if Scorekeeper or Almighty have tried it, but Del Taco does really good fish tacos. I will give them that.
I don't know if they have a Del Taco over by him or on the East Coast.
Well, it's a national chain.
Well, if there is, I have not heard of it. I mean,
I don't know if it is.
They do really good fish. I was very apprehensive, and I tried them, and I was like, wow, I was very impressed with their fish tacos.
And no, we are not shills for any of the mentioned foods. Look below, folks. We have a Patreon link, okay? We're not shills.
You go there a lot. Go to Lazy Dog and order the fish tacos there. Oh my God, they are absolutely incredible.
Okay, I'll have to go there, but I don't go there a lot. It's when you get told no as often as I do, you get tired of taking no. It just gets old. It's too damn expensive to be told over and over no.
Well, I mean, you can just order DoorDash or order it online and bring it back home and eat it, in front while you're watching Star Trek.
Timo and I will go there. I told you guys I felt so bad that we went to Lazy Dog, and it happened to be on Veterans Day, and I didn't. I really felt bad because all I had was my Iowa cap on, and my daughter and I went for just a meal. My daughter wasn't too happy with the food. But when I paid for everything at the very end, I thought it was kind of, forgive me, just price-wise, I thought it was rather McDonald-ish. It wasn't that expensive. And I didn't figure out until after, oh my God, my meal was comped because they thought I was in the service. And I just felt so bad about that. I did. And I finally got the gumption up. I went again. It was the manager, and I explained what had happened. It was 3 weeks ago. I took the receipt. And the manager was like, you know what, sir? You're cool, man. Appreciate it. Don't worry about it. Thanks for coming back. And thanks for thanks for being honest about that. And she did not, because I said, I will pay for the meal. It was like $15 or whatever. And she's like, nope, thank you. Because I may have lost on that meal, but you came back to spend more money. So she's like, I'm okay with it. And that was really kind of cool. I felt bad because I've been complimented before on the cap or when I'm wearing my friends and family Navy ring. Before I can say anything, they're thank you for your service. I'm like, no. I'm fake. I never did. Yeah, so. Did I tell you guys very quickly on the story? I'm sorry, Almighty. You go.
Just real quick, there are 3 Del Tacos in Ohio.
Oh, in the entire state. In the entire state. Oh boy.
Yeah,
there was one in Chillicothe,
and they're all in South of. Well, Chillicothe was not mentioned in my list. It was probably it was more. It
closed down.
But since it had the 4-3 zip code, I know it's Southern Ohio.
Oh wow. Okay, folks. I forgot the story, so I'll move on.
I think so.
I don't know what I was going to say. There was 2 of them. When I was doing Uber and Lyft, it was real funny. What really psyched me out is I picked up this family over in Puente Hills Mall where they filmed Back to the Future, where they're, zooming all across the parking lot. And they were of Japanese ancestry from Australia with the Australian accent. Oh my God! A perfect Australian accent, but they were of Japanese descent. That was funny. I'm sorry. I know I'm being insensitive, but that was freaky.
How are you being insensitive?
I'm sure someone is going to say that I'm being insensitive, so it's okay.
No, it's almost impossible not to be sensitive these days.
Anyway, folks, I did post the article, and I did send it to my co-host about Frank Gore. He retires as the 3rd leading rusher in NFL history, which was done. It was basically announced today. After 16 years in the NFL, Frank Gore calls it a career, just 2,355 yards shy of Emmitt Smith's all-time rushing record. Oh, yeah. That's a whole full season at like 250 yards a game, folks. Wow. Gore will sign a one-day contract with the San Francisco 49ers to retire with the team that drafted him way back in 2005. Of course, Tom Rothman said he was one of the smartest football players I was around. Not only was he smart, you talk about his toughness, durability, and toughness. Yeah. I wasn't exactly a fan of Frank Gore, but every time he got the ball, that he ended hurting you. He was good. Yeah. Wow.
That shrimp looks really good. How was it?
Actually, it was quite good. That was the appetizer, the shrimp.
What's that? What was that little bit of yellow thing on the side? It looks like squash or maybe a mashed potato type of style. What was that?
Forgive me, big dog. I'm going to see the picture right now. Forgive me. I don't.
It's the same thing that's on the chicken plate.
I don't recall. I'm going to take a look at the picture.
So just last yesterday. How can you not remember your meal?
So anyway,
since it was so good. I love giving you shit.
Actually, folks, this is how high class that was. That yellow thing is a slice of lemon, and it's covered so it doesn't, number one, squirt anyone else, and so the seeds don't fall out.
So it's covered so it doesn't go number one? Cool.
Pretty much. Actually, add number two, because it doesn't let the seeds come out. Oh, okay. I was like, it was a nice place. It really was. It's not a place that I would normally go to, but
why did you have to wait?
No, I just would. It's inside the hotel. I just normally would not go there. And when you look at the menu on the side of what's offered for the day, it's like they have the entire meal, and it's, I saw the price and I was like, oh. And of course, the person who I knew there said, "Oh, you didn't bring your daughter? You didn't bring your assistant? You didn't?" I looked at the price of the menu and I said, "No, thank God. I'd have to work for a whole week just for this damn meal." Oh my God, it was expensive. The serving for one person, like the starter and the stuff, was the advertised special was $110. Okay.
What was it? What was it?
It was a 3-course meal. I don't remember now, but yeah, that was the advertised special. Like, yeah, homie don't want to play that. So I'm thinking to myself, thank God I didn't bring them. I went alone, and I went to go meet the person that was working there, and I've known her for a while. And I was
goes to meet a girl at a hotel and meets in a bar.
That sounds familiar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So anyway, what happened was I went for the meal. You'll notice no one is sitting in front of me. She actually works there. So.
Well, yeah, that's what we just said.
You bastards! She works in the restaurant.
Oh God! Oh fuck yeah! That's a good one, big dog.
Yeah, she works there. She's a regular there.
Oh my God!
You bastards! Anyway, that's Frank Gore. Good stuff.
I don't know why they didn't take. I don't.
Don't worry about it, dude. It took me a while too. He only said it like 3 times.
And he wonders why she takes cash only.
Gee, yeah, that was. Oh, I don't know why I fell asleep. I don't know what happened.
You're okay, dude. Guys, Trevor Bauer went to court today. As you know, he's trying to take. He wants his money back, and he's going after the lady. And I put it in the chat room and in the private chat. Apparently, he suffered a loss today because he's trying to turn the narrative around, but it was a significant setback in court today. So basically, what happened was 2 attorneys for Trevor Bauer walked into a courtroom on Monday, hoping to win access to the phone records.
Oh, I thought it was a joke. The way you put 2 lawyers walk into a courtroom.
Yeah.
I guess when it comes to him, it is a joke. Very good. I'm sorry. I'm not that sharp right now. to get the phone records of the woman who accused the baseball pitcher last year of choking and hitting her.
Okay.
It didn't work. A Superior Court judge ruled in favor of the woman instead, telling Bauer's attorneys that they failed to get past the procedural hurdle necessary for it. The time has run out for that, Judge Diana Gould Saltman said, but more importantly, it appears that the materials being sought are not germane to the very limited issue that would be before the courts. But the larger quest is not over for... I'm sorry, go ahead, Vic.
No, go ahead and finish that, then I have
The larger quest for Bauer is not over, who signed a 3-year, $102 million contract with the Dodgers last year. This was about payback for him in a case that dates to last June, when his baseball career came to a screeching halt after the woman accused him of assaulting her at his home in Pasadena. And ending this very quickly, Trevor Bauer is sending a message, said David Ring, one of the two attorneys in Los Angeles who represented an attorney in Los Angeles who has represented sex assault victims but is not involved in the Bauer case. He is now going on the counterattack, and he's going to try to turn the narrative around. So
he's suing her based on the fact that because of her accusation, he lost out of his contract money, and he wants that back from her?
No, maybe that's tangentially part of it, but he's trying to change the narrative. He wants to get the win. He wants his attorney's fees back. That's why he's going after her.
Oh, okay. I thought he was suing her for lost wages. Okay. So he's suing her for attorney's fees. Okay. I can see that.
Lost wages? He's the only one that's not working and getting paid his full salary.
Okay. That is true, yeah.
He has not been paid. So... again, and it keeps getting extended. We don't know if and when Mr. Bauer will be back, but it's pretty much done at this point. And I'm surprised that baseball has not ruled on the Bauer issue yet. Should have been already.
Well, as far as Major League Baseball is concerned, I mean, I guess they can. How would they charge him? I mean,
they've got to make a decision whether he's going to play or not. Because right now the Dodgers are carrying him, both figuratively and literally. His leave has been extended yet again. I think it was
by Major League Baseball. Yeah,
well,
they do it like every 2 weeks.
Baseball and the Dodgers, yes.
Well, I think the Dodgers, I think just follow suit to whatever Major League Baseball says. But I mean, what can Major League Baseball do if I don't know how to word this. I guess. Once Major League Baseball says you're no longer on administrative leave, you're allowed to play with the Dodgers again. So then at that point, it goes in the Dodgers court, right? Where on the Dodgers side of things, where they decide whether they're going to keep him, trade him, or outright release him. But either way, he's going to get his money, correct?
I believe so. Because Bauer has history with baseball.
No, we all know that. But
and he may win any court cost if they release him. So Major League Baseball may get a quick win in the realm of public opinion, but Bauer in the long term will get his money back and more.
Yeah, because he could sue Major League Baseball for that. Yeah,
and almost assuredly he probably will. He may still sue Major League Baseball because he can say, "You've kept me from having a chance to earn even more money."
What, in jersey sales? In what?
No, in being able to perform, having a record. When he goes free agent in a year and a half, well, a little more than 2 years, he could say, "Hey, you guys kept me on the bench for this long. That's
if they keep him on the bench for another year and a half. I mean, it was last season that he lost, or not all of last season.
June.
Yeah,
he was out in June.
Yeah, so he lost about half the season, which was understandable. And the decision to not go forward wasn't made till after the World Series. So,
to go forward, what?
The district attorney not to go forward with any charges.
Actually, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was after the World Series. So it's not like he really missed any time that he could have earned money. Now, if this season they keep him out for the entire season, then I could see that what you're saying, where he says, "Hey, you guys are costing me money in the future." But if they say within the next week or so, saying, "Okay, well, you know what? Everything's been cleared. We're not going to do anything either. You're free to play."
Yeah, and folks, you guys remember when I lost my shit when he did that whole thing on television
Mm-hmm.
where he alleged that the ball was hanging, and a lot of people called him out saying, and quite frankly, I was the first one to call him out because no one else said that. I was the first one to say that's not what the substance does. Anyone who has even been on the mound or even close knows that's not what rosin does. He was being a okay, he's rather litigious, so forgive me. All I can say is that I challenge him to a regular rosin bag. You purchase it at the store, the kind that's used in Major League Baseball. You use rosin in the manner that he did on national TV. It no, doesn't work. Does not work. So, and I'm going to leave it at that because he is rather litigious. He's proving to be. So, guys, go get rosin. It's not that hard. It doesn't have the properties that he implies. He uses other stuff and the spider tack. Remember, we talked about that at length. So, we'll go ahead and just move on. Anyway, so that's where they are with Bauer. And I don't know if you guys have any other comments on that.
Nope.
Okay. What else? I threw some subjects out there. Big Dog, a story you want to get to right now.
What do you guys think about Tiger?
You have me at a disadvantage.
Tiger
I know he was
says
banging all these waitresses and stuff.
Tiger says he is a game time decision to be in the Masters. He will have that decision shortly because if I'm not mistaken, the Masters is coming up very, very quickly. I think at the end of April, and he has been on the green, and everybody there is saying he looks spectacular. So he may be at this year's Masters.
He's been out long enough. At one time, it was a lot of fun watching him because he was so good at what he did. I don't know how good he is anymore. But again, people are saying that he's looking good. What is it, Big Dog?
No, nothing. Just
Okay.
some hockey news.
Oh, nothing. Fair enough. Folks, apparently Carlos Beltran finally admitted publicly, and I love what he says, we cheated or we didn't do the right thing. And it's funny because where's the we? Everyone said you were the one that initiated it. Like, dude, he's now coming clean. And Buster Olney of ESPN apparently says that Beltran didn't take any responsibility for the assholes cheating system as Tony Kemp did. Even as one of the 17 Astros youngest players, he refused to participate because he thought it was wrong. It's interesting, folks, that some people have come to the defense of Altuve and of someone else saying, oh, well, he didn't cheat. Because if you go back and listen, and apparently someone they went back and counted all 886 pitches that Altuve faced, and only 8 or 10 times can you hear the drum bang when Altuve is batting. Folks, this is my answer to that. Altuve is a leader on the team. He knew better.
And plus, he didn't want his shirt ripped off.
Yep. There is no tattoo.
For that phantom
because
tattoo.
There was another moment that showed there was no tattoo.
Yep. But as far as Beltran, you were saying, what was your original thought about him? That he, when you talked about where he came through and said we all cheated or we all were wrong.
We didn't do the right thing, and
okay.
He said we didn't get notified by the team, so we just continued doing it. Dude. Anyone who has played baseball knows it was wrong.
No, I know. We all know that. But you said, but you said the fact that he said we, and you said, what do you mean
he was
we?
The one behind it. He was the one that initiated it.
That is fine, but it's still we because everyone else went with it. It is still a we thing. He may have invented it, but
it should be him.
But if 10 guys go along with it, then that is just you. It's we. We all did it.
Of course,
I may have started it, But you came along with me because
Well,
if I would have been the only one and no one on the team said, no, fuck you, we're not doing that shit, it would have been squashed right then and there.
he didn't take responsibility. He said we did it. I said,
That's
dude,
about it.
you're the one that started
What
it.
I will give it to him is at least he said we. So he is admitting it. He may not have said, I'm the guy that came up with it. And until he says it, it's all conjecture whether he came up with it or not. You're assuming the fact that he came up with it. We don't know unless it comes from his mouth, where he actually says, I did it.
Well, several players that were not involved. Hold on. Several players that it was clear they were not part of the thing because there were no drums that were whatever hit.
Yeah,
they said clearly that the one that started it was him.
Okay.
And whatever. Altuve, Reddick, and Kemp allegedly are now part of the list. Beltran said of the ones that weren't involved. Okay. Beltran adds Altuve to the list. And a few other people said, wow, that's not exactly true because you could still hear the trash can or whatever it is that they were using at least several times. If he wasn't part of it, let me tell you, if the leading star in your team says he doesn't want to be a part of it, they wouldn't have done it. Look, they all got amnesty from Major League Baseball. They got away with it.
Yeah, and like you already know how I feel about that whole situation. That was bullshit. Straight out bullshit. Those guys, I'll say it again, those guys should have had their rings taken from them. The team should have had the championship stripped from them. You don't give it to the Dodgers because the Dodgers did not earn it because they didn't win. But you still strip it, and it's just like in college when they get caught cheating, that year is just blank. There is no champion for that particular year.
In the article, the guy that actually went ahead and did the research on how many times you could hear the trash can or the bangs, 886 pitches Altuve faced at home that season and detected just 24, which was 2.7%. There were 28 bangs detected during Reddick's 757 pitches, or 3.7%. Most players on the team had trash can bangs in about 15% of the pitches they saw, including Marwin Gonzalez, who had the highest percentage of regular players with 147 bangs on 807 pitches, or 18.2%. Beltran's number was similarly high with 138 bangs on 735 pitches, or 18%. The clearing of the name for Altuve and Reddick is consistent with what Carlos Correa told the media after Major League Baseball released the results of its investigation to the Astros. Correa admitted to using the trash can banging system, but said that Altuve, Reddick, and Kemp didn't want it used during their at-bats. Quote, I remember one time somebody banged the trash can without Altuve's consent when he was hitting. I don't remember if he got a hit or got out. I just remember he was heated, Correa said in this February 2020 Houston Chronicle story. And you guys don't see Altuve mad very often, but you don't want to see him mad. I guess a little guy like that. When he gets mad, he's heated. He's going to tell you whatever he feels and whatever he wants to say. I remember him heated every time somebody would accidentally or without his consent would bang on the trash can.
Ooh. I like that wording. Where accidentally or without his consent. So that seems to imply he consented sometime.
Very good. Very good.
You worded a particular way. You're not saying
I didn't word it. It was read.
No. But what I'm saying is, when you word it a certain way, it's kind of saying, well, he did, but not all the time.
Yeah. Well, Marty, I don't remember your take on the cheating of the A-holes. What was your opinion?
Okay.
Oh,
okay. No, okay. I don't think at first, when it first came out, I didn't think I didn't know how serious it was because to me it was like everybody steals signs. But now once I found out, okay, they were really stepping over the line, I think they got what they deserved. Maybe not. Maybe they should have gotten more punished because, it's unprofessional, unsportsmanlike, and I'm trying to remember because it's so long. I mean, it's kind of a while ago, and I haven't.
The general manager and the owner lost their jobs. No, sorry. The general manager and the manager lost their jobs. That was it.
Okay.
And the manager now has a job somewhere.
So is this from the article that came out recently about the player that did play with the Astros and said it was wrong?
Yeah, Beltran. This was with the last 24 hours. Yeah.
Of course it's wrong. Why is he stating the obvious? I don't know. It's been so long ago. I know people like you still call them the assholes and they still get a blowback from it.
But just to be clear, we started calling them the assholes before the cheating scandal. So it wasn't because of that. They were already the assholes.
But we knew how they were. We didn't just arbitrarily call them a-holes to call them a-holes. We knew something was up. We had seen the videos of that pitcher, that one pitcher, which he called them out. Remember, he's pitching, and he could hear the banging, and he stops, and he's looking at the team. It's like, you cut that shit out. He goes back again, and he throws another pitch, and they did it again. And he's like, I'm going to start throwing it, you little shit. I mean, it was, they were punks. They were punks back then, and it was just easy to call them the a-holes. It was way too easy, right, Big Dog?
So is this the same? I mean, okay, so are they on par with the Bad Boys, Detroit?
No, they're worse because the Bad Boys just were rough, and they will put you on the floor just because they wanted to. They were.
I don't think they just beat the shit out of you.
I mean, I wouldn't even actually call the Bad Boys dirty players. Yeah. They were just physical players. But these guys just went out and out cheated.
Well, I'm just putting that up there because they're called the Bad Boys. I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
And they were very physical. I mean, remember the Cavs played them.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I watched them just beat the shit out of everybody. It's like,
hell yeah, they did. I used to watch them in the playoffs. In the playoffs, boy, Rick Mahorn and what's his face, Lambier. Those were the two head bad boys, man.
And do you know who is the one that I disliked the most? It was Lame Beer. No, Lame Beer. Yeah, that's what I used to call him because of the flopping. It just got old, and he was one of the great attempters at that. I don't want to call him an actor because it was so lame.
After all these years, so 88, 98, 08, 18, so 34 years later, Cooper and Lambier still have beef with each other. They do not like being in the same room with each other. When they were both coaching in the WNBA, they would almost always get into a shouting match from their respective coaching areas because they don't like each other, period.
Because they were... Well, it was Lambier, more than Cooper. And Cooper was not a saint, but he better person than Lambier. Yeah,
well, he played within the rules. I mean, he took it right to the limit, but he would never cross it. Lambier didn't give a shit. Lambier would cross it, hit you in the head, elbow you in the forehead, that kind of stuff.
He was a jerk. And, compared to the other guy that was over in Boston a little bit before him,
McHale.
The name of Larry Bird. No. Okay, no. I want to go Larry. I was going to McHale. But Larry Bird, he wasn't. He would get into it with players, but it stayed on the court. That was it, because the passion to win, right, Big Dog?
Yeah, but he really wouldn't. I wouldn't put him in the same category as Lambier. I mean, as far as physicality and stuff.
I agree. It was just a setup to go to his buddy McHale, who was probably even a bigger punk than Lambier.
But who was the biggest asshole on the team?
Was it Danny Ainge?
Yes. He is the biggest asshole on the Celtics.
I'm sorry, Big Dog. I didn't hear you. What was that?
I hate McHale, but he is the biggest asshole. Especially about 3 years ago, McHale finally came out on, I think it was on TNT when he was with Shaq and Kenny and Charles and Ernie. And he was a special guest on there. And they asked him about the clothesline in '84. He said he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
He admitted finally 30 fucking years later that he did it on purpose.
Yeah, the entire world knew. And any Boston fan knew.
True, but he never admitted to it until, like I said, about 2-3 years ago, where he said, I did it on purpose. Yeah, I knocked him on his ass. I knew. He goes, I saw him coming. He goes, and I decided to take him out at the throat.
what a little coward that he did that, because the guy was smaller than him, and it took him all these years to admit it.
I mean, Ramos was 6'8", 240. Mikhail was 6'11", probably about the same weight though. Mikhail wasn't a big. I mean, you remember Mikhail? He wasn't a big bulky
Sure
guy.
do. Yeah, I do.
The funny one was when Michael Cooper would take on people. He would take on Lambier, who was 7 feet tall and 280, and Cooper was 6'7" and 190 pounds, dripping wet, and he didn't care.
Yeah, that guy was fearless, Cooper.
And he didn't make the damn Hall again, which I know he won't. But I always hope he's been on the list the last 2 years in a row and hasn't come close.
Yeah, your desire for him, you would think I would have the same desire for Don Mattingly, and
only because but they'll put Don Mattingly in your Hall of Fame, your Yankee Hall of Fame. They won't do that with Cooper. That's my gripe. I want to see him up in the Laker rafters.
And the Lakers
Kareem and Worthy and Magic. He belongs up there.
He won't. They won't do it because he's not in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Those are the
Laker rules.
Those are the Laker rules. You have to be in the NBA Hall of Fame to be on the Laker Wall of Fame.
That's crazy. That is. Yeah, I know. You and I have talked about that. I took pictures of because we were at the hockey game, and we were on that side. So the client that I went with, he was able to get shots of us at an angle, looking up, and you can see the
all the banners
behind us. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kings don't take them down; they leave the banners up.
Well, I mean, that's a different sport, though, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it's funny. I mean, I've made fun of them plenty of times because
What do the Kings do?
Taylor Swift has more banners than the Clippers do.
Oh, that's funny.
Because Taylor Swift has a banner up on the rafters. I think you saw it. There are two Kings banners, right?
Marcel Dion. Actually,
well, no, they're championship banners. There should be There should be two Kings banners, two or three.
Everyone has more banners than the Clippers.
I think 3 Sparks banners. The Lakers have 12 for their championships here, and then the one banner that signifies the 5 championships in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Swift has one for most sellouts ever at the what was then the Staples Center, which is now Crypto. So she's still, but most sellouts ever.
Yeah. Well, she has the record of the Staples Center, which will never be eclipsed. So, all right, I have another story for you guys. This story broke within the last maybe day or so. It was about Deshaun Watson. Apparently, someone got some information about him, and I put it in the chat room as well as in the private chat. So, you guys know what's happened with Deshaun Watson, and now he's with a new team. But they finally asked him, hey, Deshaun, so many messages for massages over the COVID years? And the quarterback has struggled to explain how or why. His first thing was, oh, no, the massages were closed. Well, you have yet to give us a name of a massage parlor that was closed. So the story is, of all the questions that have dogged Deshaun Watson during the past year, one of the biggest is why a star NFL quarterback sought massages from at least 40 women, including many strangers he'd met on social media. His attorney, Rusty Hardin, said last year that a big reason for it was that the
Whoa. What is the lawyer's name?
Oh, it's Rusty Hardin.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Talk about the perfect name for a guy that's being accused of sexual assault.
Yep.
Rusty Hardin. Rusty Hardon.
I had not thought about that. Yes, he's the one that.
That's where my mind goes all the time.
But you know what, big dog? I have no.
I'm a dirty old man. I'm sorry.
It's like right there.
Actually, no, I'm not sorry.
Apparently, Rusty Hardin said last year that the big reason for it was COVID-19 pandemic. Spas shut down. Hardin said then nobody was getting massages unless they came up with an ad hoc way to do it. Ad hoc. But the reason didn't seem to hold up when Watson himself was questioned about it recently, according to the attorney for the 22 women who sued Watson and accused him of sexual misconduct during massage sessions. Quote, he couldn't say any place was shut down because of COVID. The attorney, Tony Busby, told USA Today Sports he didn't reach out to any place that shut down. He didn't even ask. Busby said Watson's answers on this question have not been consistent during the pretrial discovery process for the lawsuits, renewing the focus on it more than a year after the controversy started. It is the first time Watson has discussed it under oath. So there's differences in the story.
Yeah, but you know what though? I mean, it's a lame excuse, but the fact of the matter is, usually guys that have any type of money and are famous, they're not going to want to go to a public place. They hire private masseuses to come to your home. Now, the part that's going to get them in trouble is, of course, saying, "Oh yeah, I went on Craigslist and I talked to some random girl, or I went on Tinder and I told her to come over to give me a massage." That okay, but I mean, if he went to a legit, like say, I'm not saying Stud Muffin, but Stud Muffin says he used to do private massages where he'd go to their homes because that's what
any other name but Stud Muffin.
That was his job at the time.
Sorry, Dream.
You know, so I mean, it's not too far of a stretch to say, yeah, I went online looking for masseuses that give massages at home, and that's who I brought in. But of course, like I said, what throws it off is, well, I went on Craigslist and I said, oh, I need a beautiful girl to come over and give me a massage. Then you're like, okay, no, I don't think so. But the whole thing about, oh, well, he could not think of, massage parlors that closed down. I mean, to me, it was that's a non de facto type of a question, because pretty much everything closed down. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have checked on it. You just assumed because everything was closed down.
He just basically reached out to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he just basically reached out to people he had never met before based on their picture, and never asked about their qualifications or anything. Busby says that's the allegation.
Yep.
In one case, Busby said Watson admitted to engaging in oral sex with a plaintiff. Watson said it was consensual. The woman says it was not. Regardless of whether we believed it was consensual, now we can prove he's reaching out to these women for that very purpose. And he's pushing them. He's cajoling them. Hardin said these questions were not relevant to whether Watson engaged in sexual misconduct with these women, though legal experts say it relates to what Watson's intentions were in these encounters. Yes. Hardin also accused Busby of selectively leaking only portions of depositions that favor his cases. When you ask about, quote, he couldn't name a place that had been shut down, unquote, well, neither can I. But the governor ordered it for 90 days in Texas, Hardin told USA Today Sports. There were no massages then, period. Nobody except people on Instagram were doing it. I said, okay, Mr. Hardin, I could tell you if my regular restaurant, and that's just food, sir, shut down.
See, but that was different, because that was an essential need for essential workers, were restaurants. Massage parlors are not essential.
Okay, go on.
No, I'm just you're saying you knew if your local restaurant was closed. Well, that was different, because most likely it was, and they were doing takeout or pickup or delivery service. Whereas you didn't get that choice with your massage parlor, because it wasn't an essential need. Remember, only essential places were able to stay open.
Okay, but Watson couldn't name any of his regular places, which he contends they were all closed. And as
the lawyer said, I couldn't name them either, because the governor said you all are supposed to shut down for 90 days. So as a person, you would assume, well, my regular massage place is not essential, so you must be closed down. Why would I need to check? Come on, labor man. Come on, labor man.
More, and Nancy Pelosi got her hair done knowing that it was closed, that you couldn't go to a hair parlor here in California. Those with means will always be able to get what they want. You're going to tell me that, dude, I've never been to a massage parlor, so I don't know.
Nancy Pelosi got busted because she wasn't wearing her mask in a hair salon, not because she went to one. Remember, the whole
were closed.
The whole thing was, no, you could do private. That salon that she was at was doing them outside. But because it was Nancy Pelosi, she decided to go inside, but then she didn't wear her mask. And that's where she got tagged on because she wasn't wearing her mask. But that salon was open because they were taking clients outside. They built a tent outside and they brought some of the chairs outside and they were doing outside hair doing. But anyway.
But the guy that sold her out said, I can't be open, but she still gets serviced. That's why he snitched on her. He says, how is it that I cannot have my business, but she can because she's Nancy Pelosi?
That's fine, but that still has nothing to do with Texas. That the governor said everything should be closed. You're going by what the one person said, and his lawyer said the perfect answer. Why should he know what's closed if the governor said everything closes down for 3 months? I don't care who you are, unless you're essential. So if you're told that and you're a supposed law-abiding citizen, well, my place is closed down. I guess maybe look online then.
He said, I went and got it here because none of my places were open. Could you name any one of those places? And he couldn't name one.
No. The question was, could you name any places that were actually closed? And he couldn't name a one. Because he didn't know, because he didn't check. And you, Roger, you just read the lawyer's quote saying...
And like I can remember.
Okay, well, that's not my fault if you can't remember 5 minutes ago. If you want to make a discussion about it, you got to remember it or keep it on your computer so you can look at it as we're talking. You quoted the lawyer.
Dude, they asked him, okay, and he couldn't come up with
what did the lawyer say, Roger? Please read what the lawyer said again.
Earlier in the story, they also said, well, it's funny because now your story is changing from the pretrial deposition. So he was asked,
what did the pretrial deposition say? I haven't been keeping up with it, so you have to tell me again. Well, I'm sorry. You didn't tell us what the pre-deposition said.
I was reading the story right here, and they said there's now some questions about what his actions were. So someone asked him, dude, you've been asking all these people for this. Why are you asking them? He said, well, because all the places where I go are closed. Well, really? Could you name one? So he was unable to name one.
Okay, and the lawyer answered, and the reason why was what did the lawyer say for him?
He said,
what did Mr. Rusty Knob say?
Funny. Rusty Hardin said it was closed due to COVID-19 and everyone was shut down for 90 days.
There you go. He said, I couldn't even tell you either because the governor said to close it down for 90 days. So he assumed they were all closed. That's a perfect answer.
So we know that he asked all these women, anyone, for massage.
Well, that's where he's screwing up. That's why I said, if he actually went online to legit, as I said, there are legit masseuses that do massages in home. And they're, that is their business. That's usually the ones that charge like $200, $300 an hour because they're driving to your home with all the, the massage table and all the oils and the towels and everything like that. So you have the comfort of doing it in your own home. So you feel comfortable in your own home. So, I mean, there's tons out there. Probably literally thousands.
And what Hardin said after was, I couldn't name a place that had been shut down. Well, neither can I, but the governor ordered it. There were no messages then, period. Nobody except people on Instagram were doing it. That's...
There you go.
I read all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, we're good. Almighty, any comments on that?
Who cares?
That's right.
No, but
You should. He's gonna play for you guys.
Yeah. So did this happen? So this happened during 2020, right?
It seems to be.
And him having unconsensual oral sex with one of them. But this is, I guess she's one of the women that is doing the civil suit too.
I'm sorry, I missed it because.
But we do have masseuses in Cleveland, so he should, feel right at home.
Yeah, and
as to what, I was going to say Bulldog, Big Dog said. Yeah, these people do come in to your own homes. I mean, the elite actually hire masseuses on contract to come in every so often and give a massage. And the thing is, we get ever since, well, we always knew if someone says a massage parlor, our first thing is, okay, you go there and you get whatever, I can't remember what it's called anymore, but
Happy ending.
Yeah, happy ending. I should remember that. And I was wondering if he was using Crass discount to go to these massage parlors.
He was using Groupon.
Yeah, he was in a coupon. But I'm trying to figure out what I can't figure out what the big deal is that he went to a massage parlor if it was legit. I mean, they keep saying a lot of women that did massages, and I can see the suspicion about if he got them from Craigslist.
Yeah.
Back in time. I mean, I don't know about now since they cracked down on all that stuff, but I just checked. But I just checked, and there still are ads on Craigslist in Cleveland where people are saying I do massages. I don't know if consent, but but one of them I saw, I could tell by the way it worded, like, okay, that sounds suspicious.
They do a little extra.
Well, they just say relaxation and crap like that, but anyway, but how many did they say he got? 40 or so in a year?
It said the governor's shutdown lasted from March to May in 2020, when only a few of the alleged incidents occurred. The rest happened from June 2020 until early March 2021, which I believe shortly thereafter is when all this broke.
Okay, but anyway,
it was maybe, I don't remember, maybe 20 to 30. Oh, 22 women have sued, yes. But I don't know if a specific number was mentioned.
Okay. On the other hand, to get rid of the dirty massage thing, massage therapy is essential for people that have problems. Now, usually you go to a chiropractor that has an in-house masseuse.
Yeah, I can say it. Yeah.
And there are people that travel around that do, like you said, Bulldog, that travel.
Yeah, they do in home services.
Yeah, because you actually go to school for that. There's schooling for that. I mean, you just got
the good one. The good ones do, yeah.
I'm just saying you got to put aside your sexual masseuses and then look at the professionals. But there are, I don't know how many, but I don't know if I don't know. Is there actually a masseuse parlor that has several massagers that is legit? Because it seems like
over here there's a company called Envy. They gear mainly more towards women, but it's a massage, aromatherapy, something type of thing. But I've seen commercials on Spectrum because they're local, so local business. But they are a chain. It's called Envy, and usually they, I think one time they said they usually have 10 to 12 masseuses, on their payroll in essence, at all times. So,
but if these were the naughty massage people, all you had to do was give them an extra money and they would service him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because sometimes they give more than they have. Well, different types of happy ending.
Yeah, of course.
So it seems like if some of these are complaining, they seem like they were legit and he just took advantage of the situation, thinking, "Oh, she's a massage person. That means she's gonna." He thought that. I don't know if he thought that, but that's why. But as far as masseuses would have to be essential because there are people that need those just because of pain and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my thinking, that some people do need these for legitimate purposes.
And I didn't understand what the big dog was asking earlier because I got caught in the middle of the thought. But going over it again, as I read earlier, it said very clearly that the question was this: okay, you say you were going for a massage, and these women are accusing you of wanting to do that, but apparently you took advantage. That's their whole claim. We laughed about it because they sued him without a criminal complaint.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden there was one. Okay. 18 of 40, no, 18 first and 22 out of about 40. He contacted women, apparently, and a lot of them are now suing him because it's one thing to ask for a massage, it's another thing to be, pardon the pun, a dick about it.
Right.
Because they're saying that he was seeking out massages, but these women, he didn't even know them, didn't know much about them. And they're Busby, the attorney, is trying to establish and saying, well, look, you said in pre-trial that there was none of this. Well, now you admitted to it that, yeah, you were doing this and you admitted to doing that. It's all about intent. So they're going to have to determine and see if there's anything to the rest of their stories. Hardin said to Busby, you're being selective on what you're releasing. So,
which is probably true.
Right. But here's the thing, though, is that he has money. He could go anywhere. Why? Or hire actual people. I don't know.
They do visit in the home. They do.
Yeah, well, excuse me, real quick. Are you that? So, is there really actually word that he went to Craigslist to get some? You know what I mean?
They were on Instagram.
Okay, Instagram.
Yeah.
So why would he go that route when he could just? There has to be numbers. He could probably find a place, a professional place, or people that.
That's where he said, "Oh no, they were all closed."
But how? Maybe so, but I'm sure some illegal ones are probably finding a way to stay open. But
he probably did something on Instagram, and he probably used the hashtag like sexy massage therapist or sexy masseuse or something like that, and then entered that, and then all the cute girls that do massages.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe they really do massages, but they're really beautiful. So he probably looked for some that were in Texas that were local, and then he just hits them up on Instagram that way. And then
but there were more legitimate ways to get.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah,
definitely. I mean, like I said, he could find a beautiful masseuse to hire under contract to come in once or twice, but it seems like he was a predator doing it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he was actually legitimately just looking for a masseuse to come in home, all he had to do was pick up the phone and call the trainer of the Texans or the team that he played for and say, "Hey, I need a massage therapist to come." He could even say a preferred female. His trainer is going to say, "Oh yeah, we can hook you up. We got a list," because I'm pretty sure they retain masseuses like crazy. Every sports team does. Right. So he could have said, "You know what? Yeah, I know exactly a great therapist masseuse for you. Let me give you her number."
But going
the way he did, makes him look like a predator. Yeah.
Go ahead there, Raj man.
As Watson prepares to, and here's another contradiction. As Watson prepared to resume his NFL career with a new team, here's a look at the reasons given for. It was up to 40 women, okay, for having so many therapists and why the question still looms. The 40 women include several who were not licensed massage therapists, and one who said Watson arranged to fly her from Atlanta to Houston for a massage 2 weeks after contacting her for the first time on Instagram. So there's a lot of stuff that's being released, as we said a few minutes ago. Busby and what other people have been able to glean. Probably not the right word, but
it's just the fact that they feel that they're famous, that they can get away with it, just like Robert Kraft. You're a freaking.
He got away with it.
You're a freaking billionaire. What are you doing going down to Florida to go into a massage parlor when, like I just said, you're a billionaire? You could have 10 women come to your home and service you both ways. You know.
But you're right. I said well because he actually went to look for that. I mean, and I don't. Like you said, it's a billionaire. Maybe he was slumming that day, and you know what? I'm just gonna go in there. Maybe he's hoping to get a cheap.
He only want to pay $50 to make him holla.
Yeah, but anyway, and like you had, but Kraft didn't really abuse the women because that's what they're paid to do. It's the police officers that he still got away with it.
Yeah,
but
there was a sting.
But
Yeah.
but anyway, him wanting to fly somebody from Atlanta, that's a red flag. I mean, why?
Well, he
You're,
flew
you're
down to the Super Bowl, right?
what?
He flew down to the city for the Super
No,
Bowl, I think.
who are we talking about?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Kraft.
I'm
No.
sorry, I changed
Back-
gears. I'm talking about Deshaun
and
Back,
that was my
back
fault.
to Deshaun. Yeah.
bringing the woman from Atlanta. It's like, why? You're in Houston. I don't know where he's living, but there has to be a lot of women around him wherever
Well,
he's at.
and
the vast majority were in Houston.
See?
And it's like I said, he probably saw her Instagram picture. She was probably dressed super sexy, barely there, bikini or something like that. And of course, you call her up, or you get in touch with her. You, as they say, you slide into her DMs and say, "Hey, I'm Deshaun Watson. I'm the starting quarterback for the Texans. I see that you also do massages. How about I fly you out for the weekend and you give me a massage and we'll have dinner. We'll do this.
I know that a lot of this is projector.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Projecture, right? Okay. Anyway.
Conjecture.
But yeah. But
yeah,
still,
of course.
The red flags are there if he's going all over the country trying to find someone to give him a massage. And maybe he thinks that since they come in out of state, and plus him using his fame to get them to come too, because like, hey, I'm a big shot quarterback. And if they're into BBC, they still want to come over and see him. I mean, I don't know. That's also conjecture. But I'm just saying. But anything, all the red flags are there. If this is true, then this just adds to get this should. I don't know. I'm just saying that a lot.
Scorekeeper.
No, I don't know what BBC is.
No, I do, but don't look it up.
I am.
No, what I want.
But as opposed to SWC.
Go to Urban Dictionary for BBC if you're going to do that.
No, you can do a natural search for that.
Yeah. No, actually, the question I had was Scorekeeper. If he flew her from Atlanta to Texas, and he sexually assaulted her,
crossing state lines.
Yes, that is then a federal sexual assault, correct? Because he's crossing state lines on that.
Yeah, that would be.
But
if she, of course, files, with the feds or even with the police, who would then turn it over to the feds.
Well, they would have to prove that there was sexual activity.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That she brought.
That she was assaulted. Yeah.
But we don't know who's doing the civil cases. They don't name anybody.
Did you find out what it means, sir? Yes, he did. He put his head down. He definitely did.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, as opposed to
Sorry, didn't know.
SWC.
Oh, okay. I have to look that one up now.
Well, you can figure out what BBC and then SWC.
Yep.
Pretty stupid, big dog. You know that already.
Oh
my! I'll give you the first.
Okay. SWC is the opposite of BBC.
Yep.
Small.
Start with small. And what does W mean?
Gringo.
Oh my God. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
No, fuck.
No.
What color is my skin?
I know. I was only laughing. Yeah.
Oh.
It's right here on Urban Dictionary. That's why I read the second one.
Yeah. Oh, well, shoulda.
You said SWC, right?
Yeah.
They actually have several meanings for this.
Well, I would imagine so.
They have shoulda, woulda, coulda. They also have strangers with candy.
Nope.
Oh my, that's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I know.
Another term for him.
Then they have the other one, which is the one I laughed at. I'm not going to repeat that one. That's funny. I had no idea, but they're right. It's the exact opposite.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. So
that was funny.
Roger learned so much from us.
Yeah. This is my index finger. But yeah, we educate the world. So anyway, he's Cleveland's problem now. I mean, and they're probably going to start a stat sheet on him, and there'll probably be wagers on how long it takes him to get accused of Cleveland women or whatever you want to call it. But still, and as this stuff comes out, it just embarrasses the Browns more. in my opinion.
Yeah. It's
Paid
by
all
the
that.
way. Oh, I was gonna say. By the way, it's the last definition for those of you that look it up. There's some that are really funny before it, but have nothing to do with the definition. That's why I had to read through it. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Trust me, Roger. If they know what BBC is, they know what SWC is.
Yeah, yes. I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Then you have bigger Elsie.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking.
I just made that up. I don't know.
I'm gonna stop. All right, folks. This is the professionals. We're doing real well. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes in. We're having a great time.
And you see how professional we are after this last bit.
It's the topic. We are very professional. These are the topics that we are able to spend more time on. That's Almighty. That's the Bulldog now. And and of course, I'm just a simple scorekeeper.
You're the Raj man.
The Raj, you have been calling me that for a while, sir. Thank you.
He's El Presidente.
Oh, please don't stop.
Palpatine.
That's
did you like that? Please don't stop. I do that to my clients when they say, they want, let's see the magic fingers. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Speaking of
the greatest, you're this, you're that, and whatever. And I'm like, don't stop. Keep it coming.
Speaking of, and of course, I don't mean magic fingers, but your clients. Yeah. Did you have fun on April 1st?
Did you see my post?
No, I talked to you. You called me the morning of April 1st, and you told me you were going to have fun with all your clients.
Yeah, I messed with them. I posted in a tax forum. I said,
"Oh yeah, I belong to that."
No, I'm telling everyone. I posted in a tax forum. I said, "Today's April 1st. Woe to those that did. I have no sympathy, none whatsoever. They weren't bright enough to schedule on another day. Woe to them. I'm weapons free, baby." Yeah, I made some of them cry. So I don't think they're going to be scheduling on April 1st again. It was fun.
So you're on the final stretch here for tax season, right?
Yep. He's counting his days to Alaska.
Yeah. I'm going April 20th, and I'm coming back on the 28th. So I was going to do 20 and 26, but the deal was just so much. I said, well, I'll come back on the 27th. I'm like, oh, no, the other flight day is still. So I'm going to be coming back early on the 28th. So it's good. I'm going to start shopping for a few of the items that I need to go up there.
Long underwear?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I have thermals, but the 2-piece. So I'm going to be getting the because on the videos, when you people do the videos of where they live and stuff, and generally what people say in Alaska, there's one word for the weather: muddy,
cold.
Yeah, it's because everything is thawing out.
So you're going to get one piece thermals, or you're going to stay with the 2-piece?
I don't know yet.
Because if you get the 1-piece, you have to get the butt flap. Don't forget that.
Yep. And we don't want to see.
No, I'm serious, Roger. Because hold on.
Yeah, we lose audience when you use those images.
Maybe.
Yeah, no one wants to see your hairy ass, but he can. Almighty can tell you himself. He lives in a cold area. You use the butt flap because you don't want to take off those damn thermals.
No.
So use the butt flap instead.
But I'm used to it. I don't need that kind of flap. But
that is true.
But yeah, we don't want to see you model them though.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely not.
No. But you should have so many clothes on. We should. Plus, despite that, plus you got to take off so many layers to get to your butt flap. And make sure you don't, you have them down enough that you don't actually.
Oh, good God! It's 66 degrees. I think it's going to be like 46 when we're over there.
Yep, and don't forget.
It'll be summertime.
And don't forget your cock warmer. So when you have to take it out for a whiz, stuff like that. But anyway,
he's taking the ring, but not the warmer.
it looks like he's taking notes to make sure you follow.
Yeah, I think he is.
No, I'm going over the stories that you sent, Almighty.
Oh,
For anyone that's interested, with 3:45 left in the second in the game, I guess.
The Lakers are losing.
Number 8 North Carolina 61.
Oh.
Number 1 Kansas 65. With, as I said, 3:45 left in the game.
Actually, I think I've gotten both right so far. I might get the third one. Wow, that's just lucky because I didn't know any better.
You took North Carolina? I didn't remember you taking North Carolina.
I don't know. Don't care.
I just
don't remember.
I just threw them. Same thing. I didn't. I just said, okay, those two sound good. I've heard of those, but Kansas and Duke.
And in the bottom of the 5th, with 1 out, Angels 6, Dodgers 4 at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I think my buddy Peter, my other buddy, he wanted to watch the game tonight. I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm doing the professionals. He actually might be watching right now. Hey, Tropic Thunder.
And in the middle of the 6th, Diamondbacks 3, Guardians 1.
It's yeah, who cares? Doesn't
mean it's still whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, spring training. That's all it is.
So if I went by that, I'd think, oh, they're going to have a great season because they're undefeated. But who cares? I got so many people going, and we need to stop referring to them as the Guardians. We're going to have to.
I know it's the Indians. They're always the Indians.
Yeah, well, it's up to you. It's your opinion, but I will not really say that. It's off that. But I don't care. I just won't do it.
I still don't know why Cleveland changed their name. I don't see how the name Indians is offensive.
Look, I don't care. I mean, I do care greatly, and I just because it's based on a minority, probably mostly white people that feel guilty about it. So I am.
That is true.
I mean, and there
it's so common though.
But there are some. But some there are Native Americans that don't mind Indian. I mean, they don't.
Well, they. What I said, Big Dog, was Indians is so common, and I don't. I mean, okay, I've heard their arguments, and I get it. It's just Indians is probably the harmless one, if anything, because they refer to themselves as First Peoples or First Nations. I believe they do that in Canada. I believe they're First Nations. I don't know if that's official here, or they're just indigenous. I forget what the official term is for those here in the United States. It's colloquially in Mexico and in Latin America, it's indigenous. In Espanol, it's indígenas, which is indigenous. So, I don't know. I can't say. It's just, for me, the name Indians, it's just common. And I understand the logo. Yes, could be. And I think we acknowledge that the logo of the Indians, it could be taken. But the name itself, no. But I don't have any. Actually, even though I am Indian, I do have a percentage of Indian. I have no comment on the Indian name. No one really went after the Indians. People were saying they're next.
Is there any rumors or word or anything about the Braves possibly changing their name?
They're not going to do it.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. There was talk about that right after the Schneider loss when he changed the name. They're like, oh, the Braves are next, the Chiefs are next, the Indians are next. And the Braves said, yeah, it's not going to happen. They got rid of Chief Nakahoma.
Yeah, and I agree with Atlanta. I mean, I don't think they should change their name. I don't think there's an offensive connotation to Braves. In fact, I think it's actually a compliment because you're brave. And as far as the Chiefs, same thing. You're acknowledging that they're in command. They're a chief. But stupid people don't agree.
No, anyway. I just don't think there was enough people to support. I mean, there was enough.
There wasn't blowback in it for the change
There
for the name
were
change
look,
for Cleveland.
you'd have a small group of people outside the stadium talking about Indians is offensive, and I went to someone's office and I was wearing my Indian shirt and they had that poster about it being offensive. So this guy is talking to me. He's got this big poster of Indian is offensive, and I'm wearing my Indian shirt. It's like, oh man, this is not going to go well. But yeah, I don't know. They did what they did, and they I would have accepted it better if they picked a better name. It's just
Guardians.
That sucks out the ass. I mean, I know where they got it, but
from another team in Ohio.
Yeah,
right.
Guardians. I'm just saying that they have those statues and blah blah blah. The Guardians of Traffic, and who cares? Like that's scary. Okay, or like it's powerful, but Guardians to me was like too common of a name anyway.
And that's probably why they went with it, because it's just such a common thing to say.
I mean, I would rather them go back to the original name Spiders, because they could have made a good. They could have kept their colors and did stuff like that. But it's over and done with. Yeah, it's over and done with. And after all these decades of fighting against it, and that logo was used like in the late 70s or they're in the 70s and 60s, 80s, and when they lost, they always had that logo with him carrying a broken bat and have a frown on his face. But it was and that was used often back then.
That was the old logo for Cleveland, the Red Sea.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they had there's been updates to the.
I mean, the older one.
Well, I don't know. That was common. I mean, I don't know. But Wahoo has been around for a long time, and if you look up the logo, you'll see all the incarnations of how it developed, and none of it. But anyway, that's why I still wear my Indians jersey. I'm not going to buy nothing Guardians because
I don't blame you.
And they're not going to stop anybody from wearing Indians stuff to the stadium, so at least that's going to stay if you want to wear that stuff to the stadium. But I think we talked about that before, and it just sucks butt. It's too bad. He's getting all those notifications from Craigslist looking for a massage person. We can hear those notifications.
You know what, Big Dog? Good for you.
What?
Oh. We both Almighty and I were complimenting you right now.
Oh, thank you.
But
for those of you that want to look at this, I'm going to post it. This is a history of the Chief Wahoo logos since approximately 1928 or so. I'm going to also put in the private chat. I'm sorry, Big Dog, because I guess you can't click on it.
And you can see my logo, the Indians Wahoo, in the background, and that's the current one. I think that's been around for decades. But
yeah.
Yeah, I guess in the private chat I could click on it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'd only been doing all the articles there, but that's okay. I know.
But as far as I know, all the other teams that have a Native American logo are not going to change. They're staying put.
Yeah,
good for them.
City's not changing.
Good for them for having a set of balls to stand up to people.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Blackhawks, they have a legitimate reason too. So I guess the Indians did too, because they kind of said that they kept claiming they named it after a Native American that played for the Indians back in the beginning.
Okay.
So they stayed with that, but anyway, they folded, and who knows? But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, when all that cancel culture started, I was waiting for them to get into the college ranks, because we all know college. So a lot of their logos are.
They're there. It's going on.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But they didn't go after the college. Like, I was waiting for them to go after Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish, that Leprechaun, and the whole everything else that went with it, and all the other mascots that are out there that are pretty iffy right now. If you want to go with the way people are now,
why do you think they would go after the leprechaun, since that's pretty much a fable anyway?
Because it also promotes the drinking and the whole. Huh?
I'm just saying fable. What do you mean leprechaun's fable?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I know that's another program. I apologize.
No, I don't care. I just, like I said, I think. Well, I don't mind. What I am offended by.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this straight up. Is St. Patrick's Day.
What offends you about it?
Why is that, Almighty?
It's about us being drunk all the time. It's a day that we spend drinking all day, and I just think the holiday that we get is based on bar hopping. That might have been fun back in the day when I was younger, but now it's like, come on, it's.
I thought it was chalets and green beer.
Yeah, but
no, corned beef and cabbage and green beer.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's like saying, okay, let's have a Jewish holiday and just have it based on collecting money.
Oh shit! That's April. Oh,
sorry. I know. But to me, that's how it feels. Like you just take one of the worst things. Like, hey, let's have a Latino day, and play soccer or football or whatever they do down there.
That's every Sunday. What the hell?
I know. But I don't know. I can't really think of anything. But
soccer in the Latin world is hockey, boxing, and football combined, because even the fans get in on it.
Oh, I know. Everyone dressed as a cartel member. That's what we would do for Latino Day. But and crawl through tunnels. And but I guess it just offends me. I don't care, but
so it really does offend you, Almighty. All kidding aside, it really does offend you.
Yeah, because I don't know. Why would you want to have a holiday where all we do is everybody goes about bar hopping?
That's what young kids do.
Yeah, but still, we're more than that. We'd be better off. Why don't we just chase snakes around?
Hey, are you picking on my culture again? You started? Did you know that there are these snakes that actually chase you in Latin America?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, dude. They can actually whip their tails.
Yeah, they are.
God.
But since
talk about a bitch in heat.
Well, since St. Patrick chased out the snakes, why aren't we just we could do that as well? Just snakes. But I don't know why I got on this tangent, but since we were talking about college stuff and things that were going on,
it's because you were sharing. You're sharing.
You're
part of it.
But I just ignore St. Patrick's Day. Really, I know what's going on, but And I guess if I was still in my early 20s, be like, yeah, all right, this is great. I'm just going to pass out over here for a while and then I'll come back. But as I gotten older, it's like, really, that's our holiday? Okay.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
No, not yet. Maybe someday. But only way I would go back is to unite the country. So, anyway, and I'd fail at that. But
so you want to unite Northern Ireland with Ireland?
I want to get rid of the British
Empire.
Well, I just want to chase them out of Ireland and just shoot them all and
just get them out.
But then, as far as what I know, that I may be mostly English. So.
Oh,
that's funny. Yeah, because I have I'm like 70% English myself.
So I do plan on getting that done, the DNA thing, and see what it does say. But the thing is,
dude, it's fun. It really is.
But the thing is for a while there, my mom kept telling me that we were part Cherokee, and I didn't care about the team being called Indians. I was like, oh my gosh, but anyway. But then again, I grew up in an early time where it didn't matter, but now everything offends people. So anyway, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is it true that to piss off an Irishman, you call him call him Scotch?
Oh, good God, yeah.
I'm part Scotch too. So
so you're safe.
So I've got, as far as I know, I'm part Norwegian and Scottish and Irish, and if I go by other people, English, and then I have to rule out the Cherokee right now, but maybe I got it checked. I mean, I'm going by what my mom told me, and somebody else had a DNA test, and they didn't have any Cherokee.
So you're freaking 100% white.
Yeah. Well, the person that got this tested said he was 95% English, and everything else was like 2, 4. It's like, oh my God, am I English? Oh shit. But anyway, and that goes with my plan. If I was president, I would attack England for 1812. I would get revenge for that. I'd go back in, blockade them, bomb them to death, and say, hey. But anyway, that's me. I'm a vengeful person. I hold a grudge.
I had no idea.
But that's kind of funny. But anyway, enough of my nonsense.
Hey, it's all good. All right. Well, gentlemen, I want to say, first of all, thank you for joining me. I am going to have to bail myself. If you gentlemen wish to continue, you're more than welcome. I'm going to have to go because I have to get up early. I actually have to get up early today at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Because I'm going to work 2 days this week.
Oh my God, you're going to be so tired.
And Wednesday. And then I'm going to be home on Thursday. The phones are off. Everything's off. It's opening day. I already have the food. I'm going to go out in the morning, get the hot food. I don't know, maybe wings.
So that would be the perfect time for me to sneak in and cut your cable wire.
Sure, come on in. My daughter will probably beat you up. I won't. I don't think I could catch you. So.
Yeah, like I could run in my condition.
I still doubt I could catch you. So it's all good. All right. Well, gentlemen, this was again a wonderful, wonderful program. The exchange of ideas and opinions here. There's nothing like it anywhere else because we are the professionals. That's Almighty. That's Big Dog. Do you gentlemen wish to continue?
I'm probably going to go eat dinner because it's actually late. Because I had just gotten home when I jumped on. I'm actually going to go do it too.
Yeah.
And my sugar levels have not been too good lately, so I need to try and get back that on schedule. I'm already late for eating, so
shit. I think Almighty's going to be up for breakfast in a few minutes.
True story.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but one of these times, we need to do a wrestling show, Big Dog.
Sure.
I'm starting to watch it. That would. I mean, sure, that's maybe a 6 to 8 hour show, but still, especially after WrestleMania.
If you're going to start getting into watching wrestling, make sure you watch AEW, which is on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's AEW Dynamite on Wednesday and AEW Rampage on Friday.
Okay.
The in-ring wrestling is let's see. Okay, the Cody versus Seth Rollins match you watched?
Yeah.
On WrestleMania, how great it was.
Right.
That's their regular TV shows on AEW. That's how great they wrestle on just regular TV shows. Okay.
All right, I'll look into it, my man.
Yeah, it's much better wrestling. Just all the way around. It's a sad commentary of WWE, but
yeah, I guess once I get around more, I'll find out. Okay, that's crazy. So, but real quick before we go off air, Antonio Brown will not get surgery until he's signed.
Oh, he's pulling a Shaq, huh?
O'Neal. Yeah, he's saying that.
What a jerk!
That was why he left during the game because of his ankle injury.
I got hurt on the court. I should rehab while I'm on the court.
But for some reason, he's not going to do anything until he's signed, and that's kind of iffy too. I just don't know what his. I mean, it's Antonio Brown, right? I mean, but I just wanted something to look into. If you want to, that he's
I will
not going to do that. I don't know if I should have put that in our chat, but I don't know if I did or not because some things I keep to myself so I can just spring it on you, but that never works. But anyway,
that's why Scorekeeper doesn't have any dates because he waits to spring it on people and it's just over with.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you give me way too much credit.
When you going to Pasadena Theater again?
Maybe in May.
Maybe in May.
Yeah, I can't. I'm jammed. I am 2 days away.
That's what she wanted.
I am 2 days away from being booked until the 18th. Through the 18th, I may have to start turning people away. It's going to be ugly, so we'll see.
So
are you talking about dates?
No, he's talking about his taxes. His
So,
tax
yes.
clients.
But still, we were still
But they are
talking
dates.
about it.
They are
But
dates.
we were talking about him going back to the Pasadena theater. All of a sudden, I'm booked until the 18th. He must be some kind of gigolo. I have no idea.
Oh, I am a gigolo when it comes to
That's it. That's his ringtone. Oh, I think that's one of my change your ringtone too. I still have your old ringtone that you gave me from ages ago. But I think just a gigolo.
I gave you that ringtone.
I'm just thinking that because he called you a gigolo. I'm like, that would be a great ringtone. I forgot what ringtone it is that I have you. Oh, 1,000 miles, or 500 miles.
Walk
Something like
500 miles.
Yeah, I think that's the
5,000
ringtone you
miles.
picked. I think that's the ringtone he picked.
But you don't walk 5 feet at the theater.
Big
Well,
dog.
Well, this was like 10 years ago that he gave me that ringtone. So
Yeah, but you got to
But I
realize
walk a mile a day to work. On
but
my
remember,
break.
he didn't walk five feet to get to a girl that's waiting for him.
that's true.
Let alone walk 5,000 miles. But anyway,
That's fair. That is fair.
that's a bad joke, but still.
Oh, I watched your video. It was hilarious.
Oh,
Right,
the one at the middle of the night when I'm on my way back.
I haven't seen. I should go back and watch
It's
that.
so funny. You can't see his. You can hardly see his face, except for a couple of times people are behind him with bright lights. You kind of see him, but it's so funny because I don't know how many times on that video he's like, "I'm such a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I'm such a dumbass."
And then Fausto in the chat room, he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are." Oh my God, my buddy that I went to high school with, he was there with me almost the entire trip home. He kept me company, and yeah, I was angry, dude. I probably should not have driven home because there's one point where I'm like, "Oh shit, I was a little too close."
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, that was bad.
Next time you'll get it. Next time you'll remember.
No, I won't.
You'll bank this in your memory.
She was
And next
cute,
time,
dude.
and next time someone hands you a drink that you didn't order, your friends didn't order. Or let's put it this way: anytime a waiter or waitress brings you a drink that you
I'm
weren't
sorry,
aware
where's this
of,
from?
yes, ask, "Oh, I didn't order this. Who's this from?" And if they don't point to the person sitting next to you, like your buddy or something, then start looking around and say, "Who else is single in here?" What do you hear?
No, I was just thinking about the fact that she might have been in the theater as well.
You said she was.
No, she was at the bar, but I'm just saying that she might
No,
have been
you said she was in the theater with her other group of people. That there were two sets.
No. I
five.
said no. No, actually, the entire theater complex. We walked out, and she was seated at the bar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Her
But before
four
that,
friends
in the
in front of
story,
her.
I remember that. But in the story that you said,
I didn't know she was in the theater. No.
No,
Oh.
he just sat there.
Yeah, I was alone.
And then you gave him the suggestion that he's supposed to stand up and say thank you, whoever it is. I remember that you gave him advice about what he should have done as a gentleman.
He gave me advice.
It wasn't
I called you a
speedy.
dumbass.
It wasn't speedy.
Oh yeah,
It was
okay,
him.
the dumbass. No, if Fausto was commenting, but I don't know if the Big Dog saw it after the fact. I don't know if he's commented now.
Oh no, I didn't comment on the video. I'm talking about when you were talking about it on the show.
No, well,
we were giving you a hard time.
on Saturday.
Oh, gotcha.
Big Dog was like, "Well, you're supposed to stand up and say thank you, because that's the right thing to do." But you just sat there and stared at it and go, "What?" But,
Well,
he
yeah,
sat
because
there
I
and
was
stared at for
lying
5
down.
minutes.
It's I
yeah,
was like, Bruce,
But-
why the hell did you send me a drink?
yeah,
But you didn't say that though. You thought that.
yeah.
But
But
you
I'm
didn't
just
say that.
but
'Cause
I'm
at
just-
that point, he would have told you, "I didn't send you a drink."
yeah. So, but that's just to tell you, Big Dog, that he didn't know who it was in the theater.
Yeah.
And then when he walked out, he saw a smiling girl, and he got
Well, actually, I did not. I was told by my coworker because I looked over where she was, and I looked away as Bruce was walking towards the bar, and he came back. Dude, that girl smiled at you. And I went, she smiled at you, dude. Or she smiled at your girlfriend. That's what I told him.
Yeah, but you also got to, like in my case, you got to make sure they're smiling at you because you look funny. So
I don't know. Maybe it was charity. Maybe because I was wearing my Enterprise jacket. She was like, "Dude, if he's stupid enough to wear that,
maybe
might as well have a drink."
Well, maybe she was a Trekkie too. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
God, I'm getting Captain Kirk.
Yep.
I'm going to turn into Captain Kirk." But,
Or she figured, look, he's a nerd. I'll throw him a bone.
The worst thing that could have happened is you could have got arrested for being stalky. That's the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and the best thing could have happened. The best thing because she could have been your soulmate.
Yep, you could have took her back to your quarters.
All right, it's my fault for even mentioning this. Fuck it, my fault.
It's going to be an ongoing thing for about 10 years.
Yeah,
I get, and you could have said red alert.
You could have seen.
Actually, I would have said battle stations.
Yeah.
and you could have seen how many places on her body the Vulcan nerve pinch works on.
Yep. And you could have loaded.
This is the professionals, guys. Oh
and
my god!
And you could have loaded your photon torpedoes. And said, "Fire torpedo! Fire photon torpedoes!"
That was the helm. Bring us around. Fire!
Yep.
Or you could have showed her how fast you type and work on the computer and use the mouse.
Yep.
Scorekeeper's not looking yet. There we go. Look, Scorekeeper, you could have.
Yep. And warp speed.
God damn it.
Scotty.
All right, gentlemen, that's it. We're the professionals. He's almighty. He's a big dog. We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll be on this Saturday. And
good night, everyone.
We're going to be doing everything
Have
all the
a
way
good
through on Saturdays.
week.
Yes, and if you laughed at it.
Do not miss any opportunities.
Oh,
yes.
Shit. Here we go again. All right.
Claudia comes over tomorrow.